are we not working? Oh, there we go. We are working. Hello, everyone. I don't know what's going on with my microphone. It was plugged in. It wasn't the microphone's fault. For once, OBS, for some reason, had just decided to change what input the mic bit was supposed to be, and I don't know why. I knew the mic was working because I was recording earlier. I don't know. I love technology. This can only go well because we are doing something, I say, a little bit different tonight. Look, we're racing on Forza, although we are going to be doing different style of racing. It's not normally the sort of racing that we do. All of that. Often, we're going to be it's not really endurance racing per se. We're going to be doing a lot longer races this evening with the aim of having tyre wear, sort of strategy, all being important. We're going to see how it all pans out. So we're starting off with a one-make race with the Ferrari 488 Challenge car. A lot of this evening is going to probably be one make stuff. We're at Spa, where it is currently raining, but we don't know what the weather is going to be doing. It's on variable, which means it could dry up, but if it does dry up, we don't know when it's going to dry up. We don't know how quickly it might dry up. If when it does dry up, it's going to shred the wet tyres. So we're all starting on wets, unless you're insane. The game did actually recommend starting on mediums, which I don't quite know why it would do such a thing. Because, if you go into the event tab, it says heavy rain. I can show you as proof that it is set up. So we've got a lot faster sort of time. So we're going to go through a fair bit of a sort of a day-night cycle, so that we can have some visual changes. But the weather is on variable. Right? We don't know. We have crashed. Forza, you wonderful game. It's just showing people how it was set up. Ewan, I'm going to need an invite, because I've broken it within 3 minutes. Forza. What wonderful stuff. What wonderful stuff. Adrian, thank you very much for the super chat. So, hello Alex, Mike dead already. Good stuff here, yes. We're off to a great start. For some reason, my OBS decided to use the wrong inputs. I don't know why. I don't know why it would have changed. And, games immediately crashed. Thank you, Stevie. I guess someone else is in charge. Oh, dear. If you do want to join, so this is going to be an open session. If you do want to join, Ewan is the person to message. I send you a message on Xbox or via the Xbox app if you are on PC, and he will try and get an invite to you. These are going to be longer races. The Evel Plate's saying it's going to be a workout for those on a wheel. You are not wrong. I say that. I've done some longer races on Assetto Corsa and the like. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a workout. That is... I say that is for sure. I don't know who else might be running a wheel for this one. The game works perfectly well on a controller and everything. We shall see how they are all. See how it all goes. But yeah, so we've got funky weather to throw into the mix. We've got potential tyre wear. I don't know what the tyre wear is going to be like here. 45 minutes will definitely kill a soft tyre, but it's not going to be a problem. That part's not going to be a problem, right? Although unless the wets die, the wets might have issues with tyre wear. I don't know what compound the wets are. Don't know how quick they die. We shall see how it all goes. I also don't know, unless they've changed it, if Forza has adjusted the way timed races work. It used to be a case of just at the 45-minute mark it ended. I don't know whether we get till the end of the lap. I very rarely ever do a timed race, so I don't know how the finish is going to be. We will have to wait and see on that one. Hopefully it'll sort of be time and then you finish that lap. Fingers crossed. We will see, really, on this one. The chances of spins at Eau Rouge and Radion are pretty high, let's face it. It's a dangerous corner in the dry. It's a very dangerous corner in the wet. It's going to be mayhem. I mean, in the dry, I did a little bit of practice. I briefly drove this car around Spa before we started, and It's not quite flat out going up that section in the dry. For this, it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be dicey. Now, what does the game... Let's just check what has it done. Now, actually, it still wants to put me on mediums. I don't know why. I don't know why it thinks mediums are the way to go. I don't want mediums. I also don't know how long the race is, so I'm gonna go with 100% fuel because it gives me options, right? If we don't have to pit, 100% fuel is gonna give me the best chance of not doing it. I don't know how many laps 45 minutes is gonna get around Spa. I don't think it's gonna quite get to 20, but honestly, I'd rather just play it safe. I'd rather just play it safe at this point. I'm not gonna notice the difference, as I said, between a couple of laps of fuel in terms of my speed. I'm not quick enough. But yeah, the tyres are likely to be the much bigger concern here. Whether we shred them, whether we shred them just from use, whether the weather dries up. If it dries up quickly, you will want to swap just for speed, but if it dries up slowly, it may not be worth the time lost in the pit lane. We shall see. Chris, thank you very much for the donation, saying the Alfa Romeo 8C was originally planned to have a manual gearbox. However, Fiat got involved and said no Gran Tourer in this day and age should have a manual transmission. Oh, that's a shame. I am a very big fan of the 8C. I very much like the car. I mean, I'll never be able to afford one. I am not the target audience for that car. I mean, I'm the target audience in terms of people who like the car. But I'm never going to be able to afford one. I kind of see the point of not putting a manual. Like, it was never really a very sporty car. It was more. It was a Gran Tourer. You know, it was never really designed as the real sporty car. So I can kind of see the point. Although a manual version, like, I guess you could have like the 8C competition, stripped out manual version could be fun. Although again, I don't think the car was ever really built for that sort of thing. But yeah, it kind of doesn't surprise me, and it's kind of the approach that most modern cars are going down. But an 8C manual would have been quite cool. Again, not that I would ever be able to afford one, not that I would ever be able to really be, that involved with it. I think we're ready to go here. The grid's on random. It's a 45-minute race. There is plenty of time for things to go horribly wrong. Who has actually ended up as host is a very good... it's Shadow. Shadow has ended up as host. I guess were they the first? Maybe they were I don't know if they were the first connected. I don't know how it decides. But there we go. We're going to have to keep an eye on the rain. Chat, I will try and keep an eye on chat from time to time where I can. I mean, it's Spa, there's a couple of long straights. It's also Spa in the rain. There's a lot of dangerous bits. An awful lot of dangerous bits. So, yeah. We will see. We are about to get underway. I mean, with a lot longer, we've got a lot more time, so no need to do anything too crazy at the start of the race. You're going to have time to recover. But you don't want to bin it. You don't want to throw it off onto the gravel. I am worried about Radeon on the first lap. Let's be honest. We always are. These cars are quick. These cars are going to be difficult in these conditions. They're going to slide about. They're going to want to throw you in a wall. Someone is probably going to be on the wrong tyres as well. I would be. Would you? I'm right towards the back. In some ways, that's a little bit safer. We are off and underway. I'm going to hazard a guess. Someone's in ghost mode. I think Impega's got the AI driving the car and has forgotten to turn off those settings. As maybe someone else has. Oh, it has. Oh, Scotty has been put round by someone. Well, that's a good start. So, I think it may have been Speed Beast who did a Grosjean up the inside. I mean, there was less flying cars, to be honest with you. So, yeah, it's all fine. It's all fine. Here we go. At least we are not involved in the inevitable melee. It's petrol that is backwards up the top there. Oh, Ninetales got lag cannon, I think. I have a feeling there may be a car somewhere here that I cannot see. There was definitely a lag cannon on Ninetales down there. Well, they say a lag cannon. Ninetales got murdered, but I could not see what happened. There is some understeer for somebody straight off the circuit. Okay, we are out the other side. It's me versus Impega in the rain here at Spa. We are going to look around the outside. I don't think you're going to have enough grip. It doesn't seem to be, as far as I can tell, a kind of wet line as a thing that can happen in these. There's no guarantee that it isn't something that works. I can't say I have noticed or seen it as an advantage. Oh, there's a fair bit of understeer going on for cars. I mean, in these conditions, there's going to be. Impega seems to have got acquainted with the vehicle far better than I. It's going to go side by side. I really don't know where the braking points are in these. I'm just playing it a little bit safe at the moment. I would rather be safe. I'd rather not lose time early on. Don't know who it is ahead of Longboat there, also kicking the car out sideways. Oh, that felt a little bit late under brakes. We'll make it stick. Whoever it is, I think it's Valtrek maybe, has gone a long, long way off the corner. Oh, we gave Impega a bump. I'm sorry, Impega. Good save, not good save. God damn it. That was the littlest of bumps as well. Oh, sorry, Impega. Did not actually think I was even going to go into the back of that car. We're going to end up forward. We're going to have to do recovery drive in this one. Well, we're going to be on any crazy strategy I can come up with, basically, is going to be the one that we go for now. If it dries up, I will probably be the first. If it looks like it's drying up, I will be the first to dive in the pit lane to try and make a change, essentially. Oh, someone's all the way off at the bottom down there. How on earth they got fired so far down there, but they have apparently. Right, through the final section we go. Petrol is sliding about. Ninetails with a run on the exit. Can go to the outside. Not sure there's going to be a huge amount of space there. Oh, I was going to try and go for a pass on Petrol, who braked very late. Well, we're all passed. That's a plus point. That's, you know, that's better. We are already some 20 seconds behind the leader. We've got work to do. There's plenty of time. We'll carry good speed through here. Don't know how much speed. Well, that's a little too fast. Now, we have turned penalties off because we always feel like they can be a bit hard. I mean, you know, it's fair enough. I did go for a wander across there. I actually lost time anyway in doing that one. But, yeah, just to have it slightly less infuriating, we have got them off for the moment. I don't really want to have to turn them on, but there we go. I mean, Ninetails, for example, missed the braking point down there big time. We have got the position on them. Valtrek struggling, putting the power down. We will try to the inside. Can't remember the name of the corner, but we will hopefully make this pass stick. Right, tyre wear is something to bear in mind. We don't know how it's going to affect. I don't know how it's going to affect these wet tyres. I don't think the wet tyre... Okay, I think fuel is actually a bigger concern than these tyres at the moment. So in these conditions, it looks like the tyres are going to last for the whole of the race. The fuel load... I mean, we've almost dropped 10% fuel in 5 minutes. We may be cutting it... I mean, I don't think we're going to be cutting it close, but... that will be something to keep an eye on. What can we do about passing Speed Beast? Can we find a way past the Speed Beast? Oh, I want to carry more mid-quarter speed. That's where he's up in the back of Impega. Yeah, I want to carry more mid-quarter speed through here than Speed Beast does at the moment. We've got a good run on the exit. Ninetails is going to be potentially coming with us. Hopefully, we can brave this out. It's side by side. We will be ahead of Speed Beast. Speed Beast, I think, wanted to try and hold that on the outside. It's always going to be a difficult one to make work. Again, it's another one. It's difficult to make work in the dry. It's going to be really difficult to make work in the wet. I'm braking very early down there. That is more to do with just not knowing where the braking point is. Seems to be some change of the leaderboard is going all sorts of mad through that one. Don't quite know who's in front of me. Apparently it is now Snowman, so hopefully that will stop adjusting. I think there's a big fight going on up ahead. In fact, we can kind of see it on the mini-map. So, yeah, we have got, I'd say, a long way to go. Liam and Volatile are having a battle up at the front. Is that too much speed? Well, the back end really does want to move around a lot through there. Ninetales is going to make the most of that opportunity. Yeah, it was so much moving about going on there. Scotty may have had an issue at the top of Radion to have suddenly fallen back into this group. Speed Beast is, I say, has recovered a bit. Maybe got a nice slipstream down that straight, or which is better through Radion than me. I lost a big chunk of time sliding around, which, you know, is going to happen. Onto brakes we head. No real room for overtaking through this sec. Well, so yeah, you're not going to have a big dive. You're going to have to really set something up. Liam is flying at the front at the moment. I mean, admittedly, we've not had a great lap, right? It happens. However, yeah, Liam, having now got to the lead, is going very, very quickly. Of course, we're expecting Liam and Brazen to be fast. I'm not great with these kind of cars. They don't really suit me. They're not what I normally drive too much. So I'm not expecting great things from myself. But so if we can have just a solid race, that would be, you know, that would be good. As I said, there is gambles with what we've had, and I suspect Ninetales and Scotty will probably be in a similar boat. If there are gambles to be had, we will probably take them. Having had a less than ideal start, we will take whatever gambles may come our way, which is probably going to be involving getting drunk. We are currently praying for dry conditions. Scotty trying a very, very brave manoeuvre. I mean, it'd be cool if they pulled it off, but to the side by side through there, we've seen it done. You're seeing it done in Formula 1 cars and all that. Side by side through there is always super risky. I think Speed Beast may have gone a bit deep under brakes. Ninetales, Ninetales got all crossed up on the exit. Didn't realise until too late. Minding my own business. Didn't realise how slow Ninetales was going to be off the corner on that one. And well, we didn't put Ninetales round, so it's all good. We will hug the inside. Brazen's apparently had a collision. Forgot you could see everyone else's collision going up on the top there. Yeah, okay, so these wet tyres are going to basically live forever on here. Now, unfortunately, as far as tyre wear goes, while in the featured multiplayer it is possible, well, it is possible, they do have the vehicles wear their tyres much quicker. It's not a setting that we can do ourselves, so we can't adjust it to have some crazy tyre wear, which is a real shame. We'd like to be able to do that, so we are just playing with what we have got, essentially. Ninetales has again struggled to pull that one up in time at the end of the straight, but is now clear of Snowman. We need to we're going to stick with Ninetales. They were just better up the top of the hill there than I was. We need to clear quickly if we're going to try and go with a Ninetales and Scotty. I mean, or if Snowman goes with them, that would be great. But I'm going to guess perhaps not quite. We are not going to get through the outside there. My hope is if we can get a good exit. Nah, not quite. Damn it. So we wanted a good exit to be able to throw the car. Oh, I'm braking a lot later than you are through. I know it's wet and everything, but Christ, catching out with the with the earlier braking, or a bit earlier than I'm expecting. Essentially, it might be about the right place for that. I don't know. I'm kind of making up as I go along, but I know we need to make up some time here. Can we find a way? Because they're sliding about on their own. Last thing they need is assistance while sliding about on their own, but still. Now, don't go into the back through here. I'm already wanting to be a bit quicker through this section. We've got to, so we've got to be patient. Come on. We're going to go for a brave one. I fear the group ahead are kind of getting away a little bit, and I don't know if I'm going to have enough pace to really catch up. Well, I mean, I'm trying to stay on the bloody circuit. We are going around the outside, it'll be the inside for the final corner. I mean, but I don't think you can see me, actually. I don't think they can see me because my car wasn't doing anything. Well, maybe, I don't know, my car didn't really seem to do anything to them. So I wonder, this is going to make it very difficult. if they can't see me. Because, yeah, it really didn't look like my car was doing anything to them when there was contact. Now, that's normally a sign that there is like sort of desyncy vision issues, which are going to make overtaking really dangerous. Because even if I do get past... Oh, okay, they've gone ghost mode. I don't know whether that... Well, I mean, I'll take that as my opportunity to steal a pass. Right, well, we're up to 15th now. It's not great, really. Where do we brake in these conditions? Down here. Somewhere about there's actually not too bad. Ninetales has passed Scotty. Field further ahead, starting to spread out a little bit. It does look like it's starting to get a bit darker as well. I mean, said we know, like, time of day wise is going to change. Spa at night in the rain, I kind of... It's the one of the toughest sort of combinations you can go for outside of snow, really. Yeah, it's going to get dangerous. It's going to get really dangerous. I'm hoping we can, yeah, be consistent, even if we are consistently a little bit slower. We have got half an hour or so remaining on this one. Welcome if you are just tuning in to some Forza Motorsport here. We are doing more sensible, proper racing for you today, which is, I say unlike, I mean, we normally just do sprint races, right? Partly because, as we saw from the start of this, in a sprint race, if you have a bad start, well, you know, the race is over, you can move on to the next one. This one, we have had a truly shocking start, and we may spend a lot of time in no man's land. May. We don't quite know yet, but Brazen's found their way to the front. Hardly a crazy surprise. Brazen and Liam are up there. Probably the two fastest on this game, although we have a lot of quick people in our filming crew. Okay, that is too brave through there. I'm trying to find where the limits are, and we've overstepped them a bit there. Oh, we've almost been punished as well. That is a brown trouser moment, if ever there was one. Rear wheel on the grass in the braking zone is not what you need. But yeah, welcome if you are just tuning in. Hopefully we'll be able to have an exciting battle with somebody. Speedy's go straight on a little bit. First corner. I'm not sure who Scotty and Ninetales are slightly catching up to ahead of them. There is somebody who is gradually... It might have been Ewan, but I don't know. We will head... Well, that's better up there. No, we've still got a bit of a wobble right at the very top. I could have tried to pull the car back on the circuit there sooner. I didn't, because I actually think I was going to spin if I pulled it to the left too hard. So to avoid a big spin, I just kind of let it run a little bit wide. The last thing I need now is another big spin to lose a whole heap of time. We will be careful through here, well, as careful as can be, really. Weather is not looking like it's improving. So in theory, if it's going to start changing, well, when would it start to change? I guess with like 22.5 minutes remaining would be a halfway point. I would expect to see it start changing, but I've only really experimented with the weather in short races, so I don't know how gradual the change may be. Scotty and Ninetales have gradually caught somebody. We've had a bit of an iffy lap. Unfortunately, I just cannot quite live with the pace of the cars ahead. I'm trying to do the whole... I want to push to catch up, but I really don't want to bin it and have more lonely driving. So you're trying to push while not making a mistake. In a sprint race, again, you make a mistake, oh well, that race is over, but you'll be on to the next one. We've got a little bit of leeway in terms of there is runoff area here. They haven't got penalties turned on. So yeah, if we do happen to just overdrive it a little bit, we're not going to get... Oh, no, that's almost right. we are learning by overdriving a little bit. Okay, slow car down for this section. Yes, Scotty and Ninetales are catching someone. Didn't quite see who it was up there, but if they all start fighting, it could be an opportunity for us to catch up. Could be an opportunity for us to join in. Looks like Scotty's gone for a pass into turn 1. You know, if the weather is going to start changing, we may start seeing it any time from about now onwards. We are clear of petrol. It's only about 4 seconds, so nothing crazy. Battle at the front has changed again as Volatile Crimp has got the lead back. We will. That was better. That was better through that section. Not perfect, but I will take it. We've not lost ground on the cars ahead. It looks like there's some big fights going on. It is unfortunate that we have just ended up in a place where, for the moment, we are just not quite involved in them. Yes, Scotty is past whoever that may be. Ninetales is the next one in line. Hoping it was going to slow them down some more. It would help me out massively if there was a little bit more. S6 someone. Can't say I recognise the name. Not one of the filming crew folk there. It would be. It only put us into 13th. We're still well outside the top 10. Would like a top 10, but yeah, I don't. We needed if we were going a second a lap quicker than the leaders. We're not catching, and if anything, no, we are. Okay, that was again being a bit too brave into these corners. I'm trying to drive. I'm trying to get closer to where I would want to be driving in a dry race, I guess. And yeah, that's asking us again. Asked just too much. It's not really helping in my pursuit of a Ninetales, who now is clear as well. Although that looked very, very close to an accident. I hope this car can see us. It would be unfortunate. Oh. Okay, well that means that normally signifies a change of weather is happening when the lighting freaks out. So it hasn't just suddenly got night, although we have got the change of day-night cycle going on and a bit more extreme, but normally those crazy changes in lighting means something is about to happen to the weather. It does look like it is stopping raining. Okay, so even in the long races, it absolutely does. Ninetales is being very brave. That's very, very brave. I mean, I was going to take a gamble, but not gambling up that early. Christ. Ninetales is pitted. Ninetales is going for the it's going to dry up strategy. Might as well try and get on slicks as soon as possible. Now, I don't necessarily disagree with that strategy. However, I feel like Ninetales is going to come out of the pits and immediately be slow for a lap or two. The wet tyres on the dry circuit aren't the most unusable things in the world. Car ahead got a little bit unsettled up there and I'd have a big lift. At what point do you pit? That is a real good question. Can I go around the outside of Raccoon? I cannot. They cannot pull it up in time. Yeah, if you're going to pit, you've got to pit as soon as possible, right? If you leave it too long, you're simply not going to make up the time on the better tyres. But I feel like this is currently just too wet to get away with. And I don't know whether you're going to have to pit. As we said at the start, we don't know if the wet tyres are going to actually... If the wet tyres survive on the drying circuit, well, you're probably going to be quicker to not pit. I don't think it's ready this lap. I'm slightly disappointed that while we have had this change of weather, yeah, it was literally instant. I had expected when it's over a much longer period it to be a more ground. I guess to be fair, at Spa it does sometimes just suddenly stop raining and everything. The sun is starting to go down. Oh, next lap around it may be ready for a gamble. Such a big... It would be a very big gamble. I don't think it's ready yet. I feel like someone at the... One of the leaders may try. I mean, they can pit and come out and they will be fine. I think they'll be fine. They'll be ahead of me still, for example. Oh, okay, no, it is not that dry yet. If I go for the pits, it will be onto softs. There's no reason for anything else. I don't think 20 minutes on the soft tyres, it's just not going to kill them. No one else, by the looks of it, is going for a hit at the moment. Ooh. I wish I knew how Ninetails' car was doing. I need my race engineer to tell me what the lap times are of Ninetails, as Ninetails is really the guinea pig. I mean, if we see the car suddenly cruising up to the back of us, I mean, I want to take risks, but I'm also not suicidal risks at the moment. I just don't think this track is close to dry and like even close enough to be contemplated. End of this lap. If we're going to do it, I think the end of the lap is the time we have to do it, right? Raccoon has got a good slipstream down here. They are going to go to a little bit of lag going on. They're going to go to the inside. We are going to... It's definitely getting drier. It's 100% getting drier because that was a lot later on the brakes than I had been. There's a lot of puddles, though. Yeah, it's a huge... Ninetails will have had a really bad outlap. It's coming 20 minutes. The slick tyres, if they work, are going to be a good chunk per lap faster. Alright, they are going to be a good chunk per lap faster. It is worth it. Yeah, I think it's getting dry enough. We're coming in. This lap, we're going to go for it. I reckon one of the leaders will probably stay out. Because it's such a huge amount of time to lose to go in. I reckon a few cars will probably stay out. I got nothing to lose. From a camera perspective, we may have a little bit of a lonely race. It'll be interesting to see where we come out versus Ninetails. I reckon Ninetails would have had a really iffy first lap on those. But by now, it's starting to look much, much more manageable. Maybe we could have got away with it last time around. Oh, a lot of understeer. Yeah, there's a lot of standing water still. Don't really know. I don't know what we're going to get away with. I don't know what Forza's going to get away with. We saw in a race not so long ago, in the sort of drizzly conditions, the slicks were as fast as the wet tyres. There are a few cars bailing, quite a lot of cars actually, have bailed into the pits for the tyres yet. This is the time to do it. I think, well, yeah, Raccoon has followed us in. So, we are going to go for... I don't think we're going to need fuel. We're going on the soft tyres. Do we... let's just stick a little bit of fuel in the car. Just to be on the extra safe side. We are in and out of the pits. Chat say stay on wets. I'm sorry, but I reckon it's the way to go for now. Yeah, it's very dry now, isn't it? In fact, it's dried up. While we're in the pits, it's dried up. But it's still going to be slippery this lap. We're going to have to try and get the softs up to temperature without making any massive accidents. So, things are a little... Yeah, we maybe could have done that a lap earlier. I think we could have... done that a lap earlier, possibly got away with it. But I think it would have been really dicey on the outlap. But we will see. Cars ahead. So we are certainly not first place, the cars that pitted. No idea where Ninetails is going to come out in all of this. The only car I really know in any kind of similar capacity is Raccoon behind me, who's been on the same strategy. So if you're out on wet now, you're going to be losing a bunch of time. I think if you're out on wet, it's almost not worth coming in at this stage. You got 19 minutes. Are you going to lose enough time to lose the race to someone who's pitted out like Brazen and Co? If they've pitted, I'm going to presume they are. If they have pitted, they are going to be, of course, a lot closer. Shadow, for example, don't know if Shadow has pitted who is in front of us. If Shadow hasn't pitted, could we catch 12.5 seconds in the remaining time? it's going to be actually a bit difficult, I think, for us. There may well be some cars coming out. Yeah, now it's just completely dry. So, yeah, even at a 45-minute race length, it still doesn't really have much in terms of a crossover, which is disappointing. Like, you know, you've clearly got the track evolution, but it's just not crossing over in a way that, say, not the way that it should do. It's just crazy sped up. Now we sped up time, but that's just to do with the lighting, essentially. There are a bunch of cars coming. I think we've made some time on vehicles ahead. There's cars coming out of the pits that are potentially going to be close to us. Whoop. Who's come out in front of us? Blakey. Have we gained any positions? I think we maybe gained one, because we're up to 12th, and we've definitely gained time on the likes of Blakey. Anyone who stayed out, essentially, we have gained some time on. God, it's nice to be back. So it's not quite flat out up there. It's a little tap on the brakes and a downshift. It's good. I don't know whether we're going to be catching. I said I don't know who may be on what tyres up ahead. Blakey, you know, is going to be on soft. I imagine everyone who's pitted is going to be on softs. There's no reason not to in all of this, because the soft tyres will last to the end. If the race was dry, 45 minutes is close to plausible on soft. You will be slow at the end, but you will have been quicker early on. So you might try it, basically. However, weather has completely changed that plan. Let's see, are we better in the dry? Will there be any more shenanigans? Will there be any more curveballs? I don't think the game can go back to rain. It'd be funny if it did. No one's expecting it to go back to rain. I mean, if it does, the cars who have stayed out on wets will be laughing. I kind of want it to, just for the curveball, just for the unexpected side effects, but I'm pretty sure the game can't do it, or won't do it. We will have to wait and see on that one. We're trying to catch, I really want to catch Blakey, but Blakey's for 11th, and then we've got one more car to try. I really want that top 10, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. Brazen has retaken the lead. If there's anybody else still left to pit, they've probably missed their opportunity. I'm not getting that corner right. I keep forgetting it's not flat out in this car. Don't be an idiot. Right, slow down for this section. The gaps cars ahead is not always working. There's a big group of cars, and I think it may be someone on wets in that section. I would be very surprised if these softs don't make it to the end with the way the Forza tyres work. We don't have the extreme tyre wear. So these can go to about 50-60% tyre wear without actually slowing down all that much. So it's a gamble. Oh, that's gone wrong again. I just don't trust the car to make that turn, because I think it was going to spin. Well, we're already at 10% tyre wear. Yeah, that won't do it. It won't kill it. I may lose a little bit of time at the end. Like the final lap, it may be lost a little bit of performance, but the performance I'll gain at this stage in the race compared to a medium is worth it. So yeah, they're not going to be in great condition by the end, but I'd rather charge for it now and hope, and maybe have a final lap where I've got to be a bit careful. Yeah, we'll make it. We'll make it. So now, can we catch Blakey? I feel like we've maybe had a little bit more pace if I stop wandering about. I can't tell how many cars. There is a fight going on in front, but I can't tell how many cars are involved in it. Okay, we've had some pace, although we've also had some slight exploring moments. That one a little bit less exploring. We have left Raccoon behind, pulled clear. Don't know whether they made a mistake somewhere along the way, or what. Don't throw it on the gravel at this point in the race. We've got 14 minutes remaining. The last thing I want to do is bin it on. It's still a slight. I mean, maybe a slightly damp track. I don't think it's really going to do anything, going to do enough to have an effect on the cars. Sun is definitely going down here. In theory, the track should get faster as it gets to night, but I'm probably not going to be going quick enough to make a really big notice of that. Oh, we're up to 11th, so maybe someone did go into the pits that we didn't see. So Blakey is for the top 10, and we do seem to be catching the cars ahead. I wonder... Volatile is in the pits. The Volatile tried to stick it out on, I presume, on wet, and has now come in. That puts us up into the top 10. Okay. They were running at the front. So their wet tyre strategy has fallen apart. It was a gamble, I guess, that did not pay out. Whoa! Please stop moving around there, car. Jeez. Feels like it feels like it bottoms out crazily through that section. It's just moving and moving and moving like mad. Volatile will have some nice new shiny tyres. They'll take a little bit to get up to temperature, but they could well chase us down. Great. I was hoping to just be focused on my battle with Blakey, who has... it's very ebbing and flowing, this one. Thank you, Lado, for the support. Unfortunately, from 10th, we're unlikely to win, but, yeah. I do appreciate the support. I'm going to get away with that. I wonder where Ninetales has come out. That is a very good question. Where has Ninetales emerged? Because they swapped early. I mean, if it gripped up at the right point, they would have absolutely flown off. But yeah, no sign of them at all. They might be well down the road. They may not be. We've had a bit better run through here. We light up the rear tyre slightly. That's not going to help tyre wear particularly. We are kind of throwing the caution to the wind a little bit. There's a lift through there. I wish it was flat through that section. It's not quite. Volatile is closer to me than we are to Blakey, although we've caught a bit this lap. If we do lose out to... well, it's not Volatile. Volative, actually. I apologise. If we lose out to them, I guess we can kind of just slipstream train, hopefully up towards Blakey would be the goal. Whoa! That is too late under brakes. Well, we're going to maybe be vulnerable on the exit. Blakey wasn't great on the exit either, but yeah, we have got company now. Yeah, it's not great. We will try and defend the inside as best as possible. We will hold on for the moment. Do not want to be side by side through here. We are going to have to fall in line. Got no other option at that point. The car had a lot more planted through that section than mine was. Okay, sit in the draft now. This will be the best bet to get a repass. The thing is, I don't really want to lose all the time in the world to Blakey. If that car is faster, I'm kind of happy to follow a little bit. As long as it doesn't slow me down, if we can follow and chase after Blakey, that does mean no sliding about. Go, 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 go! I want you to catch Blakey. I don't want you to hold me up. Ideally, if you catch Blakey, we can both pass Blakey and then we can have our own fight if you are quicker than me. If not, then we will look for a way back past. Because we weren't really close enough. We've got 10 minutes to try and find a way to catch a Blakey. The gap has barely changed when we were doing it, so I was too late on the throttle through there. That was a foolish thing. It's better. Well, I say it's better. Hopefully it is. It feels quite neat through this section. We've lost a bunch of time to the leaders. I always know I'm not as quick as them, certainly not with these kind of cars. So yeah, it's always going to be difficult to do anything. And after the start, I think we were like 20 seconds behind after 2 laps with everything that went on. So yeah, we were never catching them, but they have just been generally much faster. 10, Now 9 minutes remain on this race for the... Oh, turned in too soon through that one. Don't need a downshift through that section. Come on, Dia. We're better than that, I hope. Now, this is where it went wrong previous lap. We will be as aggressive as we can through this section. Blakey may well have a fair bit of company soon as it's getting to night time now. We will be all on the brakes down towards this first corner if we can get a big slipstream train going on. I mean, we've held on a bit better here, which is good. It's Stevie in 12th. I don't know what happened to Stevie in all of this. We haven't seen Stevie's car at all today, so I don't know where that's come from in this race. I don't know whether we want a downshift through that section or not. Maybe he's leaving it in 7th. Maybe be a little slower on the top of the hill, but maybe it'll keep the car a bit settled, a bit nicer settled. There we go. Down. Forgot to brake a little bit earlier because we've got a huge amount of slip. Well, not a huge amount, but yeah, we get a good amount of slipstream down there. So probably want to brake a smidge earlier. And Cripper's got a very good run through that section. That's I did not. And Blakey has lost a little bit of time. We are a bit wide through there. It is now really getting dark. Mercifully, it isn't. Yeah, it's not dark and wet. That's the. That was what we didn't want, and we have avoided it. We are quickly running out of time to do much about Blakey. Blakey has run wide, as has Cribb. We haven't run as wide this time around, which is good. Blakey is going to lose that position, I think. We have now caught... I suspect... Sorry, I have a burp mid-sentence. I suspect Cribb is going to vanish away now a little bit. They're not crazy faster, but they are a bit faster than I am, certainly. And will leave me and Blakey to fight out. Unfortunately, we had a bit of an iffy lap that time, and we were just not quite close enough to make the most of it. However, we are now there. The fight for 10th will begin. Stevie is a little bit too far back. Thank you for the Woolala. Thank you for the Woolalas. I cannot look and read at the moment. It's getting dark at Spa, and we are in an intense battle for 10th. Here, will Blakey feel the need to defend? Whoa! Nope, but brakes earlier than I thought they were going to, and I had to panic and dive bomb. Did not mean to go for a pass there. It was a massive dive bomb. I was not prepared for that. I might have been a little late on the brakes. I was not prepared for that early on the brakes from Blakey, so I was essentially committed to the dive bomb there. We will hug the inside through here. Blakey's going to get the run on the exit. Blakey will hold on to the position. I cannot fight that for now. For now. We will have a Rouge followed by Radial. We're going to try not downshift this time. Both of us got really crossed up through there. Both of us lost the back end. We've got a run, but we're going to get sent to the outside here. It will put us past, I should think. We will get crossed in case. Don't know where the braking point is. Now it's got dark. Can't see my braking markers. I think that's where Blakey slightly missed it in that final corner, where I maybe slightly missed it as well. I just cannot see where I'm braking anymore. Yeah, I don't have... Whoa! I got on the throttle a little too soon. Had to panic and catch that. Yeah, all the braking points, every marker that I would use for braking in my head around here is gone. I say it's gone when it's still there. Just don't see it. So we're going to have to drive by feel, I think, for the rest of this race, which isn't great. Damn it. Wow, I did all that hard work. We finally got past dark. We can see these boards, at least. That's something. But some of the boards are just too dark. It's just so dark, you can't see. And some of the places I'm using curbs to judge where I want to brake. And, of course, you cannot see them at all. We can't see them at all, but you can't see them very easily. I am not used to, as you can probably guess, the old night racing. I don't tend to drive in the night time very much, partly because I worry YouTube compression is going to be awful. So yeah, I tend to keep races, you know, nicely lit. Blakey's going to understeer wide out of there. We are going to get on the power. We are going to chase down. All we can see is Ferrari. We've got a big slipstream going on down here. 4 minutes remain. A couple more laps. Oh, back end's all upset. Whoa, why is it getting upset? I don't know whether that's in the wake of a car ahead it's getting upset, or whether, I mean, the tyre wear should really be affecting the car by now, or yet. Yeah, the car is definitely getting upset in places, or I'm just overdriving it, who knows. Brazen continues to lead the way. What can we do? What can we do about Blakey? I really need the car not to get squirrely through Eau Rouge. I feel like we may have missed our best opportunity at getting this done. I feel like we've just lost a little bit of pace here. Okay, oh no, that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. Through there. Christ, I didn't think I'd gone that much faster than I had before. I stopped turning in. I just do not trust the back end of this car at all. Back end is sketchy, I feel. Oh, Blakey with a wheel on the dirt. I would like a little bit more. I'd like a little bit more confidence in the back of the car. I feel like my confidence has been shaken now, and I'm not trusting it, and we've got 3 minutes to go. I think at the end of the time, it will just say race over. I don't think we get to the end of the lap, so we really are on a ticking clock here. Where is the opportunity going to come? Not through there, not yet. Crib has just ran away a little bit from us here. Is this right through here? I genuinely don't know. Both a little wide. Blake is slightly wider than me. We get on the power nicely, but it's too far back to have a dive down here. It's just be smooth. Oh god, it's going to be the final corner. I don't want to do the big dive bomb again particularly. It might come to that, but we will have to wait and see if we can be close enough to do anything. I am like legit nervous at this point. We've raced for a long time so far. Stevie was catching, has fallen back a little bit this lap. I'm glad at least we found somebody to race towards the end of all of this. I don't know where I'm turning in. I can't see the track. Blakey did basically the same thing that I was struggling with down there. Just could not see where to go on the brakes, where to turn in. It's so dark out here. We are better through this final chicane. Oh, we're going to have to find a part. It's going to have to be soon. We do not have much time for this at all. We have got to be absolutely spot on through Eau Rouge, through Radion. No nonsense here. If we are going to make it, it's going to come at the end of the Camel Straight. That's where it's going to happen, I think, if we can do it. But I just can't follow the car ahead well enough through here. I just don't have the confidence and the stability. Oh, we're both bumping around. Yeah, that's a little bit too fast from me through there. We've got a minute to go. We're not going to be able to send it down here at all. I mean, I'm just following. I'm basically trying to follow Blakey's braking points. If I see the car ahead get on the brakes, I'm trying to time it, so maybe I'll touch later. But yeah, I just cannot see where to brake. I say we cannot see where to brake. There's a lot of guesswork going on where to brake. We're not going to get another opportunity, I don't think. No, not unless there is a mistake. We'll try and be quick through here. I say the only real chance is after this next corner, if we are very good on the exit. Nah, Blakey's got it pretty much spot on. Yeah, the next opportunity would be a dive to the inside here, but we are not going to be able to do that. God damn it. I mean, if it lets us finish the lap, sorry, it would be into the final corner, but I don't think the game does. Which would be a crying shame. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think we'd have been able to do it anyway. Good race. I also want to know how Childish got a best lap time of 54. I don't know what's going on with the best lap time here. The best lap was completely bollocks. But there we go. It was a great race. It was a great race at the end. That was a lot of fun. Well done to Ewan and Brazen and Shadow. It's just made up a podium at that point. We might have to do laps because, quite frankly, that's just decided a random selection of vehicles. We should have done a test race. I did forget. Yeah, okay. Well, it should now be fixed. Into this next race, it should now be fixed at least. Because normally the invisible car glitch is sorted. Also, Stephen, thank you very much indeed for an incredibly, incredibly generous donation. Sorry I didn't see that one sooner. But yeah, thank you indeed. So I hope this will help revive the Fury sooner. Good luck with the restoration. Oh, it is very, very much appreciated indeed on that one. Yeah, thank you. It will complete the donation bar as well. You're awesome. F1 Logic, thank you very much for the donation. Saying Belgium is generally at its driest from February through April. So you'd think F1 would use their brains instead of their wallets to think. But let's hold the race when it's less likely to pee it down. Let's face it, you could race in Bahrain anytime. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay, we've got all sorts of problems with the game. I know F1 is a little bit funny about where... So they try and fit the calendar with as little travel as possible, as well as with weather. I do appreciate it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job at all, trying to schedule everything. Oh, I'm not the host anymore. I forgot that one. Shadow is the host. Right, so we ignore the finishing order. The finishing order is completely and utterly irrelevant in that one. I'm going to have a drink. Shadow, could we go to... what track do we fancy? So, the next car that we are going to be driving is going to be the 911 RSR. We're going to have a go with, I think 2017 is the newest one that we have. So we're going to go for the 911 RSR. We are going to race it at the Nurburgring GP circuit. And... we should probably set to laps because the time is a bit broken. I don't know how many laps. We want the race to be about 45 minutes long or so. I'm not sure how many laps we want to go for Nurburgring, to be honest. How long is it? How quick are the lap times going to be in a Porsche? Couple of minutes? If we say... if we say 24 laps, let's go 24 laps. Nurburgring GP with the 911 RSR. Shadow, you can. We will leave it up. We'll leave it up to Shadow to decide whether you want variable weather or whether you want random weather, fixed weather. Variable is a shame because it's guaranteed that it's going to change. Which is a little bit of a shame because your strategies are sort of fixed. So yeah, we will leave it up to Shadow to decide. Well, it is an open session. I don't know if there are any spaces though left. There is maybe one. If you do want to take part, Ewan is the person to message. Who I've lost wherever Ewan is. There we go. There is Ewan. Alongside. Alongside, but where we have highlighted, sorry. So send you a message on Xbox or via the Xbox app. If you're on PC, you're welcome to take part. We are going to be doing these longer, more endurance, well, not really endurance racing, but these longer races. So yeah, if you want to take part, send a message to you. But there is only one space at the moment. The True Cult of 1P, thank you very much for the donation. Saying we here at the Cult of 1P demand a good endurance race on Laguna soon. Also, please put this money towards some dog treats for Apollo. We know he is a good boy, unless I'll see it wrong. Unless we got it wrong. I don't know quite. There's a typo and I can't quite figure out what it's supposed to be. In which case, the money goes to cat treats. Apollo is a good boy. The cats are mostly good. Eve is a bit naughty. The dog I am dog sitting, Molly, is currently fast asleep in the office. She gets along with the cats very well. Apollo is a bit bouncy and a bit hyper, so she will tell him off basically. She does get on. She does get on well with Apollo. Like I can take them out for walks and they're fine. And I had her sat on my lap earlier earlier this afternoon. She was sat there and apologising. Like, she's okay with him, but he can be a bit in your face. It's probably the nicest way to put it. So yeah. Hopefully, unfortunately, when the game crashed, I said I'm no longer the lobby host, so we will hopefully get it all sorted. I'm sorry, Shadow, to have suddenly dumped the lobby host duties on you. It's a shame we don't have a way to transfer control over. It's also a bit of a shame that first race got kind of messed up when it came to vehicles people not being able to see each other. I forgot we should have done do a quick like 2-lap race. For some reason, the first race we do in a session doesn't work, or we have a bunch of cars that can't see each other. But the second race, it normally fixed itself. It's just one of those things. It's just one of those things that seems to go on. I'm hoping everybody is... hoping it's not broken. Oh, well, names have moved around. Oh, that's only because Speed Beast crashed out. I'm going to say we won the last race. I think we can. Is there a way to look at previous race results? Oh, hey! It looks like it's raining. Okay. I don't know whether Shadow put it on there. See, the filming crew, the party's gonna know. Oh no! Ooh, what is the weather? It looked like it was raining. Oh, what are these conditions? And are they gonna change? It looks damp. Okay, it's definitely raining. Okay, so it does look like... So it's got heavy rain. Now, I suspect this may be using the same weather settings as before. Okay. Yeah. The game wants it to be on wet. We've got fuel for 25 laps. Okay, so the fuel tank... The full tank is basically only 1 lap extra. We should make it. Right, so Shadow saying it's the first time they've set up the lobby. That's fair enough. Can I look at the settings? So I can't change them. Alright, okay, so Shadow, you will want to change the race from a timed race to a lap race. So you will want to go back into here where it says game type, put it to custom, I guess, to be honest, would work. And then change it to laps rather than a timed race. Just because the timed race breaks a little bit, which is a shame. Let's go and get my car, because I found a cool paint. I think this is a real Porsche race car. I can't say it's one of these that I feel like I've seen it. Actually, isn't this an old Porsche race car? I feel like I've seen this livery on a 911. But I don't know where. I feel like it's been on a race car. I think this is an old Porsche livery put on the modern car, but I can't. It's one of those that's frustratingly right there, but not quite in my memory. It's just not quite there. It happens. I'm sure chat will remember or know where this vehicle is. It's very cool livery, cool looking livery. Shady Brady, thank you very much for the donation. Saying 40 laps at Indianapolis Brickyard Circuit with a Ford GT. I'd love to be able to do proper oval. We've got an oval and we've got Indy, but I would love to do some proper oval race. We don't have any proper oval cars. Although Slipstream and so on does look like it will work better. We don't really have... We may have to end up going down a classic car route, like build our own series when everybody's AFK'd a bunch of cars to the required level. Yeah, I really hope we get some NASCARs on the way in the future. But we will have to wait and see. Shadow, how is it going? Have you figured out how to set the race to a lap race? No, we are trying to start. Oh no, I think Shadow may have left to give somebody else host. Brazen's in charge. Oh god, we're in trouble. I know. Hey, if Shadow's never... Sorry, Shadow did not mean to put you in charge of the lobby. It's gotta love Forza having a bit of a crash. So yeah, didn't mean to suddenly put you under the huge amount of pressure to try and run everything. We will get started as soon as we can. Brazen is in charge. for the moment, and hopefully we'll get it set. Meanwhile, James Anderson, thank you very much for the donation. I mean, the cult of 1p is still there. What is going on? Saying, discussion question for you and chat. What sim/simcade game would you show someone with no interest in cars and no interest in the genre to have the highest chance that they'd get it? Is it necessarily the same answer as which game is best? Ooh. I mean, that is actually a very, very interesting question. If I was trying to get somebody interested in car games, I would probably go Burnout. Burnout Paradise, specifically, although Burnout 3 would be an amazing shout. But yeah, I would go Burnout Paradise. But of course, that's not a simcade game. That is a full-on arcade craziness. That's, you know, it's awesome. If it's something that's, I mean, it'd have to be a Horizon game. I think a Horizon game would be probably your best shout. Again, I can think of a lot of arcade games, things like Split Second. PGR 4 is a great shout. As well, again, if you're going for any area, any of the Project Gotham racings are very good. But yeah, PGR 4 is not a bad shout whatsoever. However, I would go Burnout over PGR. But if you're sticking for a kind of a simcade style game, I honestly think a Forza Horizon game is your best bet. Okay, I know it's a little bit, you know, it's more arcadey, but it's got good enough handling. It's got cars. It's got, you know, freedom. I mean, I say that the best way to, I say sum it up. Carly likes cars. You know, she already likes cars. She will happily sit and play. You know, she likes playing the Horizon games, but it's never really going to go on a motorsport game per se. And I think someone who maybe not that much into cars, you're going to have more luck getting them interested in a game when there are that bit more freedom, shall we say. Brazen, could you change it to a lap race, please? That was what we were trying to do. So we want a 24-lap race rather than a 45-minute race. We're trying to get rid of the time because it doesn't end properly. So, yeah, if you can set it to a 24-lap race with about a 1.5-minute end race timer, then that would be very good. You are the most immature person. I know that. I didn't set that. I set it to 25 so the track would grip up as it went up. Someone set the starting track rubber level to 69. It was definitely Brazen. I am going to blame Brazen for that. Absolutely. Blake is saying there's a Kit Kat debate in the party. What is the debate about? What is the... Kit Kats are good. Kit Kat Chunkies are good. Orange Kit Kats are very nice. Do like a good orange Kit Kat. I like the dark Kit Kats as well, although I know not everyone likes dark chocolate. But all Kit Kats are good. I feel like is the best way yet. Incredibly mature people are here while we're doing this. We can have a boo for Brace. It's Brazen's birthday today, as it is every day. I don't even know. No, I don't know who started it. It was Lado. I don't know why it was started, but every day is Brazen's birthday. I feel like we should all say happy birthday to Brazen. Or boo Brazen. Wet tyres have been removed. Hold on, what have you done, game? Weather... Why? It's got a rainstorm. Why have you removed the wet tyres? No, put them back on. Although now I don't even know what to do about the tyres. It does look like it's raining less. Game... I don't know whether it's on... Actually, we can look to see if it's on variable, I believe. I think it should say... Oh, no, and that's just overcast wet. What is it doing? What is the weather? Oh, it is variable. Ooh. Okay, so it is variable. I mean, it looks pretty wet. It's not. It is Brazen's birthday. Happy birthday, Brazen. Oh, what the crap do we do on tyres now? Do you start on wets? Or do you start on... If you start on... Oh. I would like to have a shot of how wet the track is. I don't know what to start on. Yeah, so overcast wet means the track is wet, but how wet? We don't have any intermediates. It's slicks or wets. Brazen's going for softs. Softs won't make the whole... they may not make the whole race. I mean, we're going to be tight on fuel as well, to be fair. See, if you start on wets, it may be wrong. But it may rain later on, I might not have to pit. If I start on soft, we... It might be... Yeah, I see. The softs, it will probably dry. But if it starts raining halfway through, this could be a great call. Because we won't have to pit if we don't kill the tyres. We will lose a bunch of time, but we won't kill the tyres. Whatever we go for it. Although, to be fair, it only reckons a 1.5 a lap difference. It wouldn't... I'm going to gamble that it's staying wet. I'm gonna take the gamble. I'm ready to go. If everybody else is ready, we can get the race started. Sorry, Brazen. Yeah. I'm gambling wets. I'm gambling on not having to pit. The reason why you'd start on softs is if the track starts damp and it dries very quickly, the soft tyres will be great. I mean, there's a chance it might not rain as well. There's a chance it may not rain. I'm going for I'll have more consistency early on. If it rains, I don't have to pit. I will be losing time. Let's say it's 2 seconds a lap. It would take 10 laps for us to... Well, I don't actually know how long the pit stops are in here. Yeah. Let's see what happens. It's 24 laps here at the Nurburgring GP circuit. I think there's going to be mixed tyre strategies going on here. Well, I promised you strategy today. I did say there's going to be strategy and shenanigans, and... yeah. So Scotty's on mediums. So Scotty's banking on not having to pit at all. The softs, if it doesn't rain whatsoever, the softs are going to be hurting by the end of this race. You may struggle. I'm gambling that it's going to piss it down with rain. Soft tyres might fall apart if it doesn't rain. Mediums will last the whole race, but will be slow. And if it does rain, or if the slicks don't work at the start, there's a chance the slicks at the start won't work. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, I guess if somebody's running you may even run out of... You'd have to be burning a lot of... I think the fuel is actually a bit conservative. I don't think anyone's going to run out of fuel unless you've really underfueled the car. Where are we going to be on the grid? Hopefully everyone can see each other as well. Be a big problem if they could not. Yeah, relying on filming crew, chat, and me to come up with a strategy is always... Oh, well, we're at the back. Although I'm not actually... Don't hate that completely. We are off and underway. How did I know Brazen be in the pink pick? The liveries just don't... Brazen's liveries always seem to load for me, but everyone else's liveries seem to have issues. Not all of the cars here will, but I think some probably will. Yeah, let's see how these different tyres pan out. I mean, it's going to be a very crowded start to this race. Although the slicks look, well, slippery, to say the least. The wets might not have been the worst plan in the world, although it is very bit... Sorry, Longboat. That was a little bit dicey. We will try and sneak our car past you, and did not work. Much cleaner start here than we had at Spa. It's 2x2. It's a proper... Well, it's not quite... They're not quite 911 Cup cars, but you get the idea. The slick cars are sliding about a fair bit. Well, Scotty's having a look to the inside. I don't know what tyres you was on. There's no way to tell. It's a shame you can't see. I mean, just from a commentating standpoint, it's a shame you can't see what other cars are on. There are a few vehicles off. Longbow is to the inside. Hello, Impega. Oh, I got very squeezed in the middle of all of that. I'm not sure these wet tyres are the way to go. I mean, initially we weren't too bad. Oh, that's a terrible rejoin. Oh, bloody hell. Well, all of our good start, I don't think it was a particularly intentional rejoin, but all of our good start has come undone a little bit through there as we get caught up with other people's accidents. Wow, that dried. I mean, yeah, so the track has dried stupidly quick. It was overcut. It was wet to begin with, and Pega's gone round. If you get offline, it does look like you are in trouble with the slick-tyred cars. So they look like they struggle when they get offline. Now, the wet tyres are not completely useless on the dry in terms of we don't think they're going to fall apart. We don't think they're going to fall apart. We don't know for sure because we're not. Alright, we are doing our best rain dance here. That's what we need. We need it to rain. We need it to rain soon, but it's not going to rain for a while. Crap. It did not stay wet for long. Wow, okay. Well, we've learnt something new here. Now, the flip side of all of this is if it does rain, we don't have to pit. If we haven't chewed our tyres to pieces... Yeah, it was the risk. We took a gamble different direction to everyone else. We're going to have to live with that gamble, and we are just... Molly, could you do your rain dance, please? I know you're only a little dog. Could you help? Please. I think Shadow may have gone the same way as me. Pretty much we're going to probably find a group of cars that have tried this wet tyre strategy. Might only be a couple of us. The problem we've got is we had a bit of a compromised first lap, which means not only do we start at the back of the field, but Childish is already 13 seconds ahead of us anyway. Although if we'd been on slicks, we wouldn't have been any further up the road. Pega's not quite close enough to get... So I'm not really battling Impega here. If Impega has the grip, I'm actually not fussed. It sounds, I say, a little counterintuitive. Impega's not my race. Not at the moment. We don't really care. Impega can just drive off into the distance because our battle is potentially with Shadow if they are on wet. Anybody else on wets? Because the hope is we don't have to pit. We want the rain to come. We expect the rain to come, although it could... theoretically, it could just go to like drizzle where you wouldn't need to pit, where you wouldn't need the wet tyres. We saw that the drizzle is kind of survivable on slicks. If it does rain, yeah, everyone's going to have to bail in. You will probably get about a lap before it starts getting crazy. We don't really know yet, and I presume the time of day has been left at a similar sort of thing, so it may well get dark by the end of this. Shadow's very sideways. These wets are dying. Dying quite quickly. I'm just looking at the tyre wear. Yeah, this is not really what we need. It's 11% after 2 laps. Yeah, we need it to rain soon, otherwise we are going to just shoot. I mean, actually, these are not like full... These are not like Formula 1 wets. These are probably closer to intermediate. So they might be the sort of wet tyres you get on GT cars. I can't say I know enough about that to really give you an informed, informed whatever. We will have to see what happens here. Because, yeah, if it... We're saying we're expecting rain in this. I guess the change of event could be to something that isn't that heavy a rain, but it's going to do something. The weather's going to do something here. This could come our way. Do we reckon? Longbow might have joined us on these. So Danger Man is leading the way, some 16 seconds down the road. We've kind of found a level with our vehicle. We're kind of watching this big gaggle of cars, and I mean, the thing that's helping us a little bit, if they do slow each other down a lot. Oh, that was a little bit. Am I allowed to technically get away with that? I didn't even come up with a. I'm trying to figure out what is the actual allowed amount to be greedy over that chicane, and the game didn't really seem to care about that amount, so I'm going to say that's fine. Yeah, if that lot keep fighting each other, and it does pour it down with rain, awesome. But yeah, I'm worried with these tyres. I'm worried that the rain's going to come. We're doing about 5% tyre wear a lap here. I don't know what the softs are going to be like. I mean, one of the things that could occur, if the soft tyres got chewed up too quickly and they had to bail, they may have to pit before it rains. Although I imagine we are going to be hurting the most. We should be hurting the most in terms of tyre wear, but you can see how hot the front tyres are getting. Ugh. Yeah, we may end up still just having to pit for wets again. I mean, ideally, we are not planning on pitting. I'm planning on sticking it out. It's the only real shot we have. Until I get to about 75% tyre wear, they should be okay. I don't know how the wets perform. We've not really done this. This is all a new experience for a lot of us. So I'm going to guess me and Shadow are the main ones who may have gambled on wet. So, like, for the first few corners, we were on the right set of tyres. For about the first half a lap, we were on the right tyres. But yeah, that really did just completely give up the ghost. I hope, chat, you were doing your best rain dance. You really need it. But we know it's not going to change until about lap 12. I don't think we're going to do it. I think we're going to kill them too soon. But the problem is if we dove into the pits now, like, we're kind of stuck on this strategy, right? If we dive into the pits now, put it on softs, it's not gonna help, which is gonna be a long way back. Be quick for a few laps and then have to pit. There's no recovery from this. I guess that, the only option would be to just back it off and not push hard here and try and save them. God, I'm terrible at protecting tyres, so I doubt I would be much good at it. Oh, that's way too deep into turn one. Now we are just overdriving the car. Shadow is going to be alongside. Yeah, we are just going to have to. We're going to have to suffer. Here's the downside of these strategy races: if you do make the wrong call, there is very little that you can do about it. We've lost the group ahead that were fighting. We have lost touch with them. I had a bit of a bad lap, missed turn one. Shadow's going to be hurting the tyres as much as we are. Oh, I can't do anything about darting bots. Damn it, we don't have Amy around to help quash the darting bot. We haven't seen a darting bot for a while, actually. They've stayed away mostly from my streams. I don't know what's made them turn up today, but yeah, they have on the most part stayed away. Porsche, please behave yourself. We are now 25 seconds, so yeah, Danger Man is almost a pit stop ahead of us at this point. So we lost about 13 seconds on the first lap anyway, but we desperately need some rain. I mean, me and Shadow are the ones doing the rain. I don't know if anyone like Valtrek or anyone behind may also be on similar strategies. Come on, protect. Okay, that was too much. I have been testing to see how much we can get away with over there. I mean, that was always a little bit too greedy. Look, we might as well experiment at this point. We're a long way back. Now, I wonder if... do we... So, I mean, we are banking massively on it raining. Do we... Are we going to have to change... So I'm pondering out loud, because there's not much else going on, strategies. I mean, if we see like the first spots of rain, do we dive in and take a brand new set of wet tyres? Do we try that if we see it raining, or because we know that these ones are just going to be dead by the time it gets to it? Ugh. It's a massive waste. We're trying to make the best of the bad situation that we've got here. Because I think the tyres are going to be too dead. So even if we're, unless it rains now, we basically need it to rain now, because otherwise the tyres are just never making it to the end. We don't know what the slicks are like. Haven't got. Oh, that's what am I doing? I'm not on a car that can do that. Jeez. That is not. Yeah, we cannot carry that much speed through there. I momentarily forgot. I mean, the car would probably do that on the right tyres. I had momentary lapse of concentration. Stevie looks like they are on. So I'm going to guess Stevie had an accident somewhere and had a bad first lap, and is just on significantly better tyres. So yeah, Stevie will be clear. We will be greedy. Well, through there, actually less greedy than we have been. Kind of really attack the curb. There's no point me pitting now. It's frustrating. The problem is if I pit now, even if I put it on the slicks now, we'll go quickly, briefly on our own, and then have to come in again. We've kind of got to see what it does. There's no point to pit now. The best bet will be probably the second we see. I say the second we see rain. The second we see a weather change, whatever it does, we react to it. It's again going to have to be another really big gamble on this one. Oh, I'm sorry, wet tyres. I mean, I hope the wet tyres don't go off before the weather change, because if they do, we're really stuffed. That would be really bad news for us. Stevie's off and gone. There's a really big group of cars that I wish I was a part of. Don't get me wrong, chat. I'm as frustrated as you. The strategy, it's the downside. It's the downside of the filming cart making a bad strategy call, and not knowing what the game would actually be like. Yeah. Unless the rain starts about now, everything has gone wrong for us. Shadow's actually got a bit of pace going on now. We are really struggling. We're going to clobber some curbs up there. That's fine. Danger Man continues to lead the way. I would be interested. As I said, I'd be interested to know what the wear is like on the soft tyres. Whether the soft tyres actually, if we ignore the variable of we don't know what the weather's going to do. Interesting to know what happens there. I guess like we have discovered that if it says overcast wet and it isn't actually raining, the track is going to dry in like 30 seconds. That is, I mean, it's important news. Shadow struggled a bit through the chicane. We may be in position for getting in position for it. At least we have got a car to chase. That is the plus point here. Oh, it's really struggling now. Come on, weather! Please! Please, I beg of you, weather, do something. Come on, we really need the rain. We're desperate for the rain here. These tyres are really unhappy with me. At the moment, they are not enjoying life whatsoever. With both me and Shadow, you can see the cars are just not happy around here. I don't know what Valtrek's driving in terms of tyres. Well, you know, the speed Stevie caught and passed, I'm going to guess Valtrek might be on mediums or something. Maybe would you try hard? I don't think you'd bother. Not for what we've got here. We are not going to be close enough to have a look, although I'm hoping we're going to miss that corner how I wanted to do it. I was focusing on getting a good exit, but I slightly ran wide of the apex, so I was not achieving what I wanted to. It's very late under brakes. Now, we did see, when it was raining at Spa, the wet tyres didn't take much damage. So that's why... Oh, no. No! Oh, this race is annoying. I mean, I like that one there, all my own fault. It just turned in a little bit too soon, trying to do something, make something happen. This is the reason why, I'm going to point out, this is the reason why I don't do long races very often. Okay, admittedly this one, you know, strategy call or whatever. But the problem is, if you have a problem, if you have a bad, you know, in this case we have a bad strategy call, for example, it's just stuck doing hot laps, and it's just annoying. We may, if we can get everything together, if Shadow spends any time fighting, we may be able to do something. There's no point in me pitting at this point. We pit now, we just end up last, and then it rains. It's lap 12 we've got to really wait for, because it will, knowing how this crappy, let's say how this game works, the tyre, there's only 5 laps remaining on the tyres. Oh, come on, weather. We really need it. It only reckons 5 laps of tyres are left. Shadow's having a go at Valtrack. I mean, they are now back, they are slowing each other down, which is what we wanted. And Shadow is back past. If the rain comes, it may stop the tyre wear. That was a thought that I was having, is the rain might stop the tyre wear, because it didn't. The tyre wear was basically non-existent at Spa. If it's, but it would stop it at like 50. But it won't be at 50 by the end. That's, again, as I said, there is absolutely 0 point in me pitting, because if we pit now, there's no point going back out on wets. We are just got to hope that the car lives until something changes. If we get to the weather change and it doesn't rain, you know, what else? I say we can't do anything else. But if we go now, we're just going to end up doing 2 stops. Is very likely. It sucks. It's frustrating, but there is no point. There's no point in me coming in, because it will just be 2 or 3 laps and then something happens. We've got to go. The tyres are going to get horrible to drive. I mean, they're not quite there yet, but they are going to get horrible to drive, but I haven't got another option at this point. The second I see it raining, oh, Valtrex had a moment, Shadow's had a moment. Oh yeah, like these tyres are done, but the second I see it either rain or not rain, we pit. If it's, like, we cannot go to the end of the race like this, even if it pours it down with rain, but we cannot pit now for anything else. So we know so unfortunately, it's a real shame, but with the way Forza works, when you have it set to variable, it is going to change. That's just the way this game is at the moment. Hopefully, it will be updated so that it is genuinely variable. It's raining! The rain is here! The rain has come, as I was saying! So everyone is diving in the pits this lap. I kind of wish I was further back, but unfortunately, the rain has come. Oh. The rain has come at the worst point in the lap for me, because I would have liked to have been able to just dive in the pit straight away. Yeah, I mean, the mistake was we went out on the wrong tyres at the start of the race. Jesus, it rained very, very hard, very quickly. Now, sadly, it doesn't really help us, because our tyres are all so destroyed that we are not going. Jesus, that's got horrific immediately. There are some slick-tyred cars now that have crapped themselves, but they are all close enough to the pits that they will get in relatively safely. Sadly, yeah, the rain came too late for us. You see, if it had come on about lap 3 or 4 or 6, it might have been okay, but it's come on lap 10. I mean, there's some slick-tyred cars that have lost a good chunk of time all of a sudden, but yeah. The plan did not work. I feel like we have got to dive in. Now, I wonder whether... I wonder whether Shadow would be brave. Whether anyone would be brave. I mean, yeah, Petrol's in the pits. We are coming in because our tyres are just not going to make it. Shadow is doing what I wondered if someone would. So Shadow's gone for the screw it approach. I think those tyres are just shot. They just aren't going to make it doing that one. We're going for... sure, let's just... Like the fuel, the tyres are going to cover the fuel. I might as well put some more in just to be safe because someone may run out. So, yeah. We needed that sooner. We needed that sooner. Desperately needed that sooner than it came, but alas, we did not get the weather at the right time. You never do. You never do. Now, where Shadow finishes is going to be really interesting. I think Shadow's tyres are dead, or will be dead by the end of this race. So I figured, why not just come in, top the car up with fuel, and, you know, be done. Oh god, tyres are now cold, and it's got very wet actually. But if Shadow, I mean, I respect the effort. I respect the, you know, the idea from Shadow. You know, stick to the plan. Maybe Shadow did a better job of protecting them than I did. Possibly. I am notoriously bad at tyre conservation. So, yeah, it is never a good idea to ask me to try and save tyres. Mine were gone. They would have died in the next couple of laps. And it's a long way to the finish now. It's a long, long way to go to the finish. If it was a couple of laps, of course, you would stick out. But that's, you know, nearly 60% tyre wear already. Just not going to work. But what can we do from 20th in the field? Are we going to be able to climb anywhere? It's a very spread out field. I mean, there may well be some more bumps and shunts along the way. Lee is at half a lap ahead. That's how much time we lost. I'm not the worst at this track, but I don't think we're going to be particularly fast, unfortunately. However, hopefully, with a little bit of sneakiness, we can do something. Someone's in the pits from further up. Is that Shadow, do we reckon? Do we reckon Shadow realised it was not going to survive and has come in, or is it somebody who went a lap too long on slicks? I thought someone was in the pits. Maybe I was wrong. I mean, if it's Shadow, they've got out of the pits very quickly. So I'm going to guess it might not have been Shadow. Oh, I am now not braking where I need to. In this. Damn it. So Brazen leads the way. Unsurprising, really, especially a race like this. I'm going to guess it's Brazen and Liam, I think, were up at the front. We found a Rusky who is struggling at the moment with their car, by the looks of it, as me and Petrol have both caught. Ooh, that was a slide wide through there. Not great. Although once we've cleared these two, there's a massive gap to anybody. God, it has got very, very miserable in terms of weather. At least, though, Nurburgring has got some lights. that's nice. We can see a little bit better. We've got full-on thunderstorm now. Yeah. Could not get the weather time for us that we would have liked. But there you go. Right, come on, Porsche. Oh, Rusky's doing some sandcastle building. We're almost done the same. That's fine. We get away with it. Easy does it up here. Jeez. And we're going to slither about over there. I mean, clearly now it's started raining. So the interesting thing, folks, for those who are curious about this, the wet tyres do fall apart on the dry track much quicker than they do on the wet one. That's cool. I mean, that's what you want to see, but it's interesting and it's good to see that is genuinely a thing. So these tyres do have a much harder time on this. On the wet tyres, sorry, on the dry track have a much harder time than the wet tyres on a wet track. Cool, that is what we want. got on the power a little too soon. Liam is now up to the lead of the race. Anybody in the pits? Nope. I mean, a top 10 would be lovely. It happened. No, it didn't quite happen in the previous race. But, yeah. Ethan makes a good point. I don't know if the weather's going to change again. As we saw, well, I have never seen more than one change. Why am I braking at the dry braking point? I've never seen more than one change per race. I guess it's possible, but I am yet to see that. I mean, if it dried up, it would kill Shadow's race. If it dried, everyone would just stay out. I don't think there would ever be a reason to not stay out, really. I can't think why you would. There's no... We saw, I mean, the wet tyres suck in the dry, yeah, and they degrade a lot, but you're not going to lose... You're not going to lose a pit stop in 4 laps, basically. So, yeah, everyone would just stay out. It's a big old thunderstorm that we have. I've had a terrible lap, which is frustrating. In our chase for petrol, we have just messed it up so far. I mean, we've still got a good portion of the race. We've only just got over half distance. So, there is a chance for us to catch. Hoping to see more mistakes from the cars ahead. That bit of AstroTurf is very slippery. Whoever car is ahead of Purple is struggling a little bit for pace, because we have been catching them in the last couple of laps. And some more. No. Don't put wheels on the AstroTurf. It's very slippy out there. Come on. We need to do better. I need to try and do better than this. It's not been a good stream in terms of position. I hope people have been enjoying it. It's something a little bit different. Yeah, I hope folks watching have been enjoying it. Apparently, you are genuinely allowed to jump that chicane that much, which is, I mean, the line I'm going to take, pretty much. Come on. Could have been worse. We could do with a safety car, actually. That would be interesting. I mean, I would actually love to see a safety car mechanic in Forza. I know it'd be very difficult to implement with when it would need to come out and all of that, but yeah, it would be interesting to see something like that. Because at the end of the day, in real motorsport, much like weather is a great strategy thing, safety cars are something that you have to deal with. I can't imagine there have been many. There probably has been, there are races that go without a safety car, but certainly in like longer races, something like this, you're always bound to see a safety car at some point. I can't think of an endurance race that goes without at least one. But yeah, it would be interesting to have that as a thing. Although everyone has been fairly sensible in all of this, we haven't seen too many big crashes outside. There's a bit of first lap shenanigans, but yeah, there hasn't actually been too many big hits. I feel like every time I feel like we're catching petrol and then it just kind of levels off, which is a bit frustrating. It's got very dark. I mean, the spotlights are great around here. I don't know what we've done with the settings. Did we change over the weather settings, maybe? It didn't feel like it got... Well, I mean, it got dark, but it got dark right at the very end of Spa. I wonder if this one was started slightly later in the day or something, or where the Brazen sped up the time, which is fine, like, I don't mind it. It wasn't quite what I was expecting. I can see 2 cars kind of in the distance. We are probably being a bit more aggressive over here than some of the cars ahead. Though, we do kind of struggle a little bit on the exit out there. Come on, Porsche. I would like at least 18th. You know, I'd like, again, I always want a top 10. I know I can't match Brazen's pace. There's a big gaggle of cars. Again, like, we can see fun battles going on track. I don't know whether I've really got how much pace I got. Oh, nope. Nope. Wheel on the grass and on the curb there is bad. Come on. need to stop doing that. I both simultaneously want to be a lot braver in these corners. I'd actually rather go all the way over there. I think running on the curb and on the Astro is actually worse than kind of taking that slightly wider line. I'm getting frustrated. You can tell when I'm getting frustrated, and it is right about now I'm getting frustrated with the just sort of sitting in no man's land and not much happening, not much going on. Well, kind of stuck here from a crappy call at the start and not really been able to make any recovery from it. Petrol's ran a little deep, but it's not, you know, not going to cost all that much. Don't put it up on the Astro through there. You will just get sideways. Just, yeah, nothing. We have a couple of bad corners and lose a bit of time. We have a couple of good corners and gain a bit of time. Scottish, although Petrol is catching whoever's in front of them, I think. So we might be able to... In fact, this group of 4 cars is starting very slowly to come together. That's about all that is in visual range of us for the rest of the race, unfortunately. We will bobble that curb. We're fine. Now, do we beat? No, got that one sliding mid-corner. I think what I'm doing is... Well, I don't think we're quite taking that chicane right. We are being quite aggressive on the second part, but we actually aren't getting a very good exit. I'm just lighting the rears up. We're not really worried about tyre wear anymore. It's pretty much non-existent. Which makes me wonder, maybe we should have just stayed out. Although I think it might have been non-existent, but I think we still would have ended up at like 60-70%. I said we'll see how Shadow does, because it's still got 8 laps to go. So even if we do like 20%, what were we on when we pitted? 60, pretty much? Yeah, you'd be pretty useless by the end of it. Oh. Now, it's not great, but I wish I was better at this game. I don't know how Braden and Liam are so fast with the cars. They are very quick. Actually, they know how to tune a car. I don't. That will help them for sure. There was some tuning with the Ferraris, but yeah, I don't know what I don't know what I do wrong on this game. Certainly with race cars, I've never been great with the high downforce cars. They never really suited me as much as some other ones. Every time it feels like, hey, another good corner, it's just the same. The gap just doesn't change. Nothing is changing. We are just stuck with this equidistant gap. I mean, Rusky has fallen back, so we're not really under any immediate threat here. Oh, come on, Porsche. Get turned in. Bugger. My hope is if Petrol catches the cars ahead, they will slow each other down the second they start fighting. It would make life easier for me, potentially. Right. Well, I'm going to straight line the chicane a little bit. Again, not quite got that one right. I think we're better on the first part. Oh, there's been a spin for one of the cars up ahead. It's still snaking down the road. Okay, that's going to help. Validating childish with the cars we were catching. I don't know what occurred up ahead. Well, I think someone went wide out of the final corner, put a wheel on the grass, and once it started, that was that, basically. Right. Let us try and get into the fray. Now, if Valentine fights with Petrol, really you want Petrol to fight with Childish and really bring the group together. That is the hope. I mean, fingers crossed, but it's the best chance we get at getting all 3 of them, because if you get if we fight and we let Childish get away, we're going to probably run out of time to do all that much. Valentine slides it a bit through the next corner. What will... it's all spread out again a small bit more. Where is our best option? Not through here if you're going to go that wide. We've put the car up on the curb. We had it straight enough to get away with that one. If we're going to... let's see if we're going to do anything. Valentine and me have done exactly the same thing. Set the car up on the curb. Petrol's actually had a good lap of getting away from the battle slightly. But Valentine is struggling, sliding that car around. Get on the power soon enough. We slid it a little bit. Right, chicane is not going to be an option. We're way too far back. Turn 1, not really going to be an option. Well, sorry, not turn 1. Final corner. Well, maybe if we're really good out of the chicane. And it has been helped by Valentine just wandering a little bit wide. Wonder if they might be struggling. I don't know why you'd be struggling with ruined tyres just yet. It certainly does seem to have some sliding going on in that. I mean, in all of this, we have caught Petrol by like half a second in all of that fight. But we're slightly closer. Oh, Petrol may have gone a little wide through turn 1. Come on. We went for the try and not light up the rear tyres. But then we immediately forget that approach through the next corner. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just slide it around a little bit. Not doing that turn, right? Normally, I take a very different line through there, but in the wet, we are... great. I mean, this is the battle for 17th place now. It's still. I mean, I think it's still potentially on. How can we gain? Where are we far? Valentine's right behind us. Really don't want to get stuck in a fight with Valentine when we want to be focusing on trying to go after the cars ahead. We thought about having a look. It's a difficult one to pull off down there. Yeah, if you go for that sort of half dive, you're more likely to end up losing time more than anything. Oh, which they did. Again, we sit up on top of that curve. That time was a bit better. We've had a better lap this one. I'm very curious as to where Shadow is and how the tyres are holding up on that car. Because unless they really die, I think that the staying out strategy may have been the way to go. But they have still got 6 laps to keep their life. Oh, Valentine's made a big mistake. Valentine has dropped back and is well out of the fight here. That has helped me out massively. And that was about a perfect chicane from us. We are now much closer. If I could do that every lap, that would be great. We are now much closer to Purple Petrol. Childish has got some pace and gone. I wonder whether Shadow... There's a car that's fallen off the back of the group ahead, and I wonder whether that might be Shadow starting to lose tyres. We will wait and see. I mean, if they go, you will start losing huge chunks of time. So if they die enough, you're going to start losing 3, 4, 5 seconds a lap. They're going to be hurting, I would think. They might have stabilised at... Seriously, because my tyre wear is basically non-existent at the moment. What is it at? That's 12%. So Shadows is probably going to be getting to around the... What was it, about 60 when I pitted? It's going to be about 70% on that. It's going to be hurting. Oh, Petrol may have just made a crucial mistake. That has run wide, put a wheel on the gravel. We will fire the car to the inside of the hairpin. We finally... I say finally, we chased them down. The mistake was made. We are through. But we know from what we have seen in that last few laps, we are very similar in terms of pace, so we are unlikely to just drive away. Can we do anything about catching Childish? I don't know. In all of this, and yeah, will Shadow's tyres be shot? There is a car that we are all catching at the moment. We will have to wait and see who that turns out to be. Because yeah, we don't have a huge amount of time to go in this race. It'd be nice if it started getting light. We are definitely catching. Whoever it is really struggling. We're definitely catching whoever it is. Right. Oh, not quite got the change direction right through there. That slid around a lot. We're a lot closer. Which is curious. Either it's someone having a bad time, or the only car I can think of with any sort of weird stuff going on would be Shadow. Is the only car that I think will be losing big chunks of time. But it's not really falling off the back of that group anymore, actually. We are seeing a little bit better. No. Come on, Porsche. What on earth can we do? No, we're definitely catching it. The mini-map is always a bit difficult to judge, but we're seeing it now in places where we haven't seen it before. And I'm not really sure I'm driving any faster than I have been. I'm still doing that section like an idiot. Should maybe got to third sooner. Not gaining any time out there, not like that, that's for sure. Need to get that corner. Need to, figure out how to drive this circuit in the bloody wet. I'm still kind of almost stuck on dry programming and not learning quick enough. Not likely to be vulnerable down here, I don't think. It would be a hell of a dive bomb if you were to take it. So I didn't really feel the need to cover. Oh, not great on the exit though. Although, where are you going to go here? You're not going to pass. I mean, the dry, it's difficult going side by side up here. Not normally advisable. Wet, even less advisable. Yeah, the way you'd pass would be on the exit, but they are not close enough for that. We'll cruise into the next corner. Now, whoever's ahead of Childish, well, I mean, we are catching this, not by as much as I would need. It's not by as much as I would need or as I would want if we were going to do anything about them, I don't think. Well, I think unless something very drastic happens soon, I think we made literally all of the worst strategy calls that we could have done. Yeah, unless Shadow's tyres really do fall apart. I was expecting the tyre wear to be a little higher in the rain, not going to lie. In fact, it's already at 15% now. Yeah. Well, you live and learn. You know, these are the things that that you learn with the old racing. I mean, these are situations where I don't normally end up racing. We are catching very, very slightly those cars ahead. Now, this time around, we saw both of them, which we hadn't seen before. That being said, big oversteer moment there will not help whatsoever. Yeah, so if one of those cars, let's say whatever those two cars there is slower, is Shadow, would we be able to catch in these remaining? I mean, if the tyres were really shot, 2 or 3 seconds a lap, 4 seconds a lap, yeah, we could maybe catch. They are now fighting each other, which is definitely slowing them down, as me and Childish have got considerably closer than we were. Oh, come on. Petrol has just fallen back. Just by a couple of seconds. Not by a huge amount, but by enough that we don't really have to worry about them that much anymore. I am just being a little cautious up there, because I know how nasty the gravel is, know how much of a problem that one would be if we put a wheel on it at this stage in the race. Very frustrating. Yeah, we're definitely catching that fighting pair. Okay. Oh. Come on, Porsche. Get turned in, get off the Astro. Well, this has been a little bit better lap. Childish, I mean, gets me about 3 seconds. It's sort of stayed the same, but we are absolutely reeling in those two cars, which is good news for us. Oh. It's fine. There's definitely a slightly better way through there than I am taking. But never mind. How are you doing, chat? Welcome, by the way, if you are just tuning in. We are doing some longer distance racing. It's not gone great for me so far. We are really catching those two. Oh no! Say that. No, come on. I'm wide at turn one so many times. I don't know whether I put a wheel on the dirt. Maybe it looked like it was Speed Beast was one of the cars up there. Childish had, so we're really catching them, which makes me wonder whether they have done something funky on strategy, because we weren't really catching them, and then all of a sudden we have started catching them. That was, yeah, silly to say the least. Up at the first corner, could have and should have been a lot. Again, should have been a lot better if we were. I mean, I don't think it's going to make a difference as to whether we catch these cars ahead or not. It was only about half a second that we lost. We weren't under immediate threat from petrol. Who is the leader of this? It looks like Shadow is involved in this. Pretty sure one of those cars was Shadow. It may come down to the final couple of laps, but it does look like Shadow's tyres may have had enough. I was wondering whether Speed may have been another car that tried that long run strategy. I didn't see if anybody else went for it. Yeah, Shadow's tyres have had it. We've found a Shadow. We have found what happened to the other car that tried basically, the start on the wet tyre strategy did not work. It took too long for the rain to come, by which the tyres were dead. If you stayed out, like Shadow, your tyres are completely shot by the end of it. If you pit like me, you've just lost a whole heap of time. That was really lazy of me, if I'm honest. that was very lazy of me. Through there. Yeah, Shadow's just got nothing left to fight with in that car. I mean, it's only a couple of laps to go. It's interesting that either way with this, this strategy, has come out pretty close. By the end of it, you know, it's only on lap 23 have we got up to basically where we were at the time the rain came. Childish is now battling with Speed Beast, who is on the AstroTurf and out wide. Now, if they could just lose a little bit more time, that would be good. Fight each other through here. We will try and chase them down. I mean, petrol is now past Shadow, so it was worth the pit stop. As frustrating as it was, 100% worth coming in. We will finish higher than if we had stayed out. You know, even if Speed was out a little bit wide. Even if, let's say, we were a little quicker than Shadow, for example, and we're a little further down the road, we'd still get caught by Childish. We've already gone absolutely miles away from Shadow. It's like there's a fun race at the front, but they're like 2 seconds a lap quicker than me. It's kind of academic, really. That, you know, doesn't really matter. Well, I say it doesn't really matter to me. You know, even if we hadn't had even if the strategy had worked, if it rained quick enough, I think they would have probably just been fast enough anyway. But oh well. Now the real question is, can we pass Speed Beast before the end of the race? I think Childish is out of range. We have got a better run on the exit. Oh god, yeah, I am there, you know. I was trying to goad Speed Beast into braking a little bit too late. I could not. Oh god, okay, or you can just park on the apex. That one there also works. We've got to get past Speed Beast quickly, otherwise we do run the risk of petrol finding a way past. And now, can we do something into turn one? Oh yeah, Shadow's long gone off the back of this one. We are going to have a go to the inside of the first corner. Oh, we're going to be a little wide. That's okay. I don't mind that because it will put us on the inside for the next corner, which we will hold. Now, it may let petrol past. I'm going to have to defend this next one as well. Oh, make sure we get it stopped. Do not leave any gaps for a speed beast to shove the nose up the inside. We will get clear. We will make it work. Childish is going to be just a couple of seconds down the road. Little too far for us to do anything unless anything weird and untoward happens on this final lap, like a car running out of petrol. It would help me out. The race has come to an end. Well done to drivers far faster than I, who were miles down the road, but the strategy was bad from the start. Where we could have come, I don't know. We really struggled to make that one work. And when we did swap onto the wets, didn't really get the most out of the car, I don't think. But there we go. I say that is the way it goes. We've still got a few corners to run. The last thing I want to do is take a trip to the gravel. I mean, we're half a second on speed beast. It's not a huge amount. I don't think they're going to be close enough to really do anything into the chicane. So yeah, we will. We'll try and be late on the brakes as long as we are, neat enough off of this corner. We've got a little bobble over that. Final turn here. Yeah, we're trying to park it on the apex. Oh, back in. Really wants to step out, and it's killed us. Ah! That sums up my race. Yeah. That really sums up my race. God damn it. Oh, Dartinbot's turned up. You can be removed. Well, at least at that point it was ready for... I was there ready. Yeah, variable weather is a real shame. It's a real shame that variable weather is basically predictable. Well, I say it's predictable. We were able to... Once we saw what happened at the start, we weren't able to predict it right at the start, just because I didn't know what that setting meant. But, yeah. Yeah. Oh, well. Shame. It just didn't really quite work. Yeah, Childish tried the way. Just, yeah, the wets didn't work. It was a fun battle with petrol for a bit, but it was like once you committed to that, I say lap times are completely irrelevant because our lap times were gonna all be screwed anyway. Right, we are going to run. We're gonna have time for one more race, I think, this evening. We are going to go for the Corvette, the C8R. And we will go for. Let's go for Laguna. I'm up for Laguna. Yeah, we will go with a dry race because as much as I would love the variable weather to genuinely be variable, if we could genuinely have some true, nobody knows what it's going to do. So it could go from it could stay dry the whole time. It could get wet. It could, get cloudy but not rain. Something like that. Awesome. It'd be really cool to see. But at the moment, it is actually too predictable, basically. So yeah, hopefully we'll see some updates on that because it would be great to see it be genuinely variable, genuinely unpredictable. Mojo Jojo, thank you very much for the donation. By the way, we'll go through these while Brazen sets up the race. Saying, go Alex, question mark, be a devil, trying to get the cult of 66, might have been at that at one point, since changed, cult of 666 I should say, sorry, which I'm going to guess it did say. It is currently the cult of 66. Stealth X-Ray, thank you very much for the donation saying, yo, love your vids. Some have actually helped me with my Forza Horizon build, especially when I would go flying off the road. Turns out all that power is a bad thing. They have a wonderful day/night. Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm glad to hear that I think the videos have been useful. I'm certainly by no means the best builder or tuner or anything along those lines, but glad to hear that that they have been good. Yeah, Brazen's had to go. Who is the host now? Who has ended up with the host? Who do we shout at? No. Ewan! Ewan is in charge. Fantastic. Say that. Maybe not fantastic. We will see. Oh, I think it's getting changed to dry. Hopefully. Oh, maybe can we have it daytime? Oh, I don't mind. What is it? Okay. Let's just go have a look at the settings. Oh, we're gonna want probably some more. So yeah, we're gonna want to have. We're gonna. No, we don't. We don't want the weather variable. We want the weather to be just dry for this one. How many laps do we want? I mean, 32? I think 32 is going to be a good number. It might be a little, but we might go a little bit long in terms of the stream, maybe a little bit more than a 45-minute race. But I'm also trying to make it as a difficult choice for the soft tyre cars as well, as a whether do you try and eke out a soft tyre the whole way, do you try and make a medium run the whole way? That is the real question on that one. Just curious, thank you very much for the donation, by the way. Saying, Alex, is the 99 a race number you have picked, or does it just come with part of the livery? On that particular car, it was just part of the livery. I didn't have time to try and make custom liveries for these cars, so I just grabbed some stuff off of the sort of share front, just so we have a little bit of variety. Not that liveries are ever really loading properly at the moment. Some people have got painted ones, but they're not always loading anyway, so... yeah. Right. It looks like we might be... Okay, we want... So we want a little bit longer. It's not going to be a 2-hour race. The lap times are about, what, 1 minute 30 around here? It's not particular... Well, it's not a particularly long. But, yeah, 32 laps should be about the sort of 45, 50-minute-ish length of time. And now if you do want to take part, there may well be some spaces going into this. We're driving the Corvette. Ewan is the person to message when Ewan is done with all the setup. Wherever Ewan has gone, lost the game tag, there it is. If you send Ewan a message on Xbox or on the Xbox app, if you're on PC, he will try and get you connected for this race. Fingers crossed. We will try and get everybody. So let's just go have a look. So yeah, dry, 32 laps. Is there anything else that we want, that we need on here? Don't think so particularly. I think the rest is good. Yeah, I think that should be fine. It is, I say, it's up to you, Ewan, if you want to keep it as going to dark, or if you want to keep the whole race in nice daylight. You are in charge of the time of day. Like that can be completely up to you, if you're happy to leave it like that. So yeah, there may be a couple of spaces, and I think Blakey and Rusky may have crashed out. I don't know if anybody else crashed out along the way. We will wait and see. Alan's Darting Bot, thank you very much for the donation, saying you need more moderators. We normally do have some around the place. Just unfortunately today. Luckily, my chat is on the most part quite nice. We haven't dealt with darting bots for too much. What do we want to do? Actually, I'm just going to unready for a second, because what do I want to do on tyres? Okay, so it reckons fuel is going to be super tight. Wow, I mean, actually, so it's literally like 2% in it with the game reckoning it's going to make it. So that's super tight on fuel. If you go soft tyres are not making 32 laps here, I don't think. Okay, no. The soft tyres will make it, but by the end they're dead. So you would probably pit. The medium tyres will make it to the end. No problem, I would expect anyway. I'm going soft. I think we're going to have to... If you're going on the soft tyre strategy, you're going to have to make a choice very early on. No, Ewan, I'm happy to leave it at this level because I want it to be a... This is a difficult... this is a difficult choice. Because if you have it so... If you have it so you have to pit for fuel, everyone's going to run soft tyres. There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to pit. So with the forced... I say, with the option here, the soft tyres 100% will have to pit. Medium tyres won't, I don't think. Bear in mind, of course, that we are just running the default. We are running the default values. I mean, actually, yeah, I guess I'm pitting, so I don't need to run a full tank. Not that this is going to make a huge difference to me anyway. But, yeah, you know what? Yeah, so if you're going to run a soft... You could... I don't know what the tyre... So, I don't know what the tyre wear is going to be like. I genuinely don't know what the tyre is going to be like around this circuit. You could try and run a soft tyre to the end and not pit. I mean, I think it would have fallen apart. But yeah, we don't have the crazy crazy tyre wear that you get in the regular... I say, in the featured multiplayer, we can't adjust tyre wear. So this is the default value. This is probably how these tyres would last-ish. Maybe a little bit faster than real life. I don't know how soft tyres work on these cars. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting one as to whether you go for a bit. If you go on mediums and you go for the no pit, you may have to fuel save. I don't know if you'd have to fuel save around here. You might. You'd be cutting it super fine. Like, it really is a couple of percent in it. I think Forza is generally a bit kind, but if for some reason you are more aggressive or whatever with the car... Actually, before we do go... Does this have silly tyre? I guess we can dump them down a bit. I don't know really what to go for. I don't know what I'm looking at with the tuning to know what I'd want really on this. I know the tyre pressure is generally a bit high in this game, but right. Ewan, I think. Well, I am ready. I know. I certainly won't be able to. I won't conserve tyres. I don't conserve tyres. It doesn't work like that. I burn through tyres. I actually just going to go and triple check. Yeah. I mean, it would be interesting if the softs fell apart quickly around here. It would make for an interesting challenge. However, I don't think they're going to. No, I'm not going on wet. We've made our mistake. If everybody in the lobby... I can't see who's not ready up. I don't know who to shout at. Could everybody who is in the lobby ready up if you are not... Oh, I can see some. These are the people that have rejoined, whatever. Technician, Kev and Dodge, if you could ready up, that would be fantastic so we can get this race underway. So we don't run too late this evening. I say, not that I mind too much. I mean, I'm having fun with these races, even if they've both gone horribly wrong. As I said, I couldn't really look at chat when I said it last time. I hope you are enjoying these longer races, these more sort of feature-length races. Oh, we are now off. I'm not going to get to see the answer again. Never mind. It is off to race. Welcome anybody who is just tuning in. We have got another 40-50 minute race coming your way. You've tuned in at just the right time. If you are just joining this stream, we're at Laguna. We've got a C8 race car, one make going on. Mix of strategies, I think, of soft and medium tyres. The soft tyres will be much faster over a lap. They will have to pit. Ooh, we got a nice spot on the grid. The mediums might not have to pit. I feel like that's the best way to sum it up. Scotty's on pole. Now, I think Scotty may... Oh, Liam's up here as well. I think Scotty may be on mediums, and I think Scotty may be going for the no-stop. I think that was their plan at Nurburgring. The rain kind of screwed it. Oh, Okay, that just spat it sideways. So yeah, if Scotty is on mediums, we would need to clear them and run away, basically, because we will have to pit, and they will not. Judging by them not particularly fighting Liam all that hard, I'm going to say they may well be on the medium tyres. I did see a super chat coming. Thank you very much. I cannot currently read it. Well, may be able to read it. Gaming Duck, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Now, I can't read it. There's not going to be a long enough straight, I don't think, around here. I'm just not sure how fast I can go in this car. Right, we are currently learning the track. Well, I say, I know Laguna. I'm just not used to this car. Never driven it before, as you can see. Oh, Liam's had an accident. Liam's had a big wobble at the bottom of the corkscrew. That is helpful for me. I will take it. I mean, it is easy to do. Cold tyres will, I say, upset these cars. Yeah, it is easy to get into trouble with the cars. We're going to bounce over the curb. Liam actually recovered that very, very well, considering the issue. Liam recovered that. I've got to shift up sooner in this car. Okay, we will try and remember that. Now, if Scotty is on mediums, they're doing a great job at the moment. I think partly just because I'm not very good. Well, yeah, I'm not really getting to grips with these cars very well yet. Although Scotty may have put it on softs. I don't know. I don't know the strategy. It would be nice if we had a similar thing to like Gran Turismo, where you can see what tyres others are on, or even like a visual. Oh no, not got the grip to do that. There's a little bit of a gamble on that one. No, turn in too soon. Oh, come on. It's fine. We're just learning. We're learning the car. We're learning the car on the track and all of that. We're just learning it in a race. Oh, it gets really upset over there if you don't get it absolutely spot on. Yeah, Liam is catching us. Oh, it's very oversteery. Jeez. This does not have the rear end grip I expect from a race car. Christ. Liam can look around the outside. It's not going to work. Jeez, it moves about like crazy. I'm going to crash this. I'm just going to put this out there now. I am going to crash this car at some point during this race, I fear. Because it is very, very loose, for want of a better word. The back end has a little bit of a mind of its own, which is not at all what I want from my car. It's immediately an I don't trust this car anymore. I mean, we saw Liam get spat off of the corkscrew already. And now I just have absolutely no confidence in this vehicle because the back end just wants to do its own thing. Liam's got a better run up the hill. I'm not going to be able to do that. Although Liam's turn, we're going to cross Liam over as they get a big slide. I mean, this is all great news for Scotty. If Scotty's on mediums, it's gone literally as well as they could have imagined. I would be maybe surprised if they're able to run that sort of pace. Not that I am amazingly quick, and as soon as me and Liam started fighting, we are... Oh, God. Yeah, the back end. Pega just had a huge slide as well. The back end on this car is a lot livelier than the Ferrari or Porsche. I mean, that was the Porsche on the wrong tyres as well. It is a really, really lively car. I mean, even Lee's found out twice here. Pega was definitely all sideways at one point. Alright, we are just defend as much as we can and see what happens, really. I'll defend until we fall off the circuit. Liam's going to have a little nose there. Oh, we're going to end up with a wheel in the sand. I think we're just going to end up losing out to these cars that are just much quicker than we are. Liam's sliding about, and Pega with a good run up the hill is not going to be enough. Now, we have got a good run in the slipstream. A little bit here. At least we are neat that time about. If I can just like lock onto the back of one of these cars and go with it, that would be good. Right, into the corkscrew we head. Be careful. I just do not trust getting on the power. And it's a real problem not trusting the power delivery of the car. Impego is out sideways down there. I mean, I didn't slide about that time, which is something. Lost a bit of ground to the Liam here. I don't think there's much I can do other than, I mean, yes, if we can just stick with, follow and learn a little bit, try and figure out a way to tame the back of this vehicle. That is just one of the liveliest race cars I've driven outside of truly crazy race cars. Maybe a bit short shifting might work with this car to try and calm it down. Lee's going to put a wheel in the sand. It's kind of comforting in some ways to see everybody else also having similar scary moments with it. It makes me feel a little bit better. Impega is right behind us, but it's a very difficult pass into this corner. He tends to get more of a good run on the exit. We've had a good run on the exit. Impega out a little bit wide. Don't know if I want third through there. Don't know if maybe I want fourth actually. Keep it in fourth through there would be the way to go. Up to the corkscrew once more. Still got, I've got the proximity arrow moving about all around in the background to just make me nervous. Liam with the oversteer this time. The confidence is starting to build a little bit more now with this car. And now that the tyres are heated, Impega will have got to slide somewhere. Yeah, now that the tyres have heated up, maybe got to pressures or something, I'm slightly happier, much happier actually, with this one. Scotty is continuing to lead the way. Tyre wear doesn't look too bad on this one. For the moment. I mean, woo! That was quite late under brakes, but it kind of worked. Yeah, tyre wear, I mean, they're not going to fall apart in 10 laps, which is useful. They're not going to make 32, so we're going to have to pit at some point. I can't imagine. I mean, if Scotty is doing that on mediums, fair play. Okay, if Scotty has generally got that pace on the mediums, fair play. There is none of us stand a chance. So I think it must be on the soft. We had a good lap, but now we're having a bit of a bad lap. It happens. So if I just go for fourth through there, that big sausage curb on the inside just pinged us around a bit. I mean, technically, I think the lap time's not that far off last one, but Liam is apparently just finding more. Oh, no. We got... Just as the confidence was starting to build, we got a little crossed up through there, and it gets us in trouble. Impega's really... See, this is the sort of car that I don't like. I've talked about it before. I don't like a car that's really oversteery, and this is absolutely the sort of car that I don't like. I wondered if third would work for traction. It didn't. Second should have been where I was at. Never mind. But yeah, this style of car 100% doesn't suit me. I want a car that when I jump on the throttle, it's planted, and this just doesn't give you that sense. Now the trade-off for that sort of car is normally a bit of understeer, which I would much rather than have this. I can deal, and that's a personal preference. Some people like cars like this, not me, but yeah, there are some mad folk who do drive, they do prefer cars like this. And this actually, I've kind of talked about it before a little bit, it does actually extend into real world as well. I haven't raced for a while. I used to race remote control cars, and I could never drive the thing if it was oversteery. I was so much faster if it was understeery than oversteery. It's just, yeah, just oh. Again, I'm actually kind of wanting to go to the inside of that curb. I mean, I've got Longbow behind, and then we've got a big gap back to the rest of the field. Now, I wonder if the rest of the field is on medium. Certainly some cars. Oh, Liam's had another issue at the corkscrew. I'm definitely not the only one struggling with this car. I also know, the way I like my cars is the minority, but I do know that there are others like me. I know I'm not completely mad, but yeah, sometimes you just want that little bit of stability. I'm going to guess Liam's recovered and is now behind Longbow. Yeah, Yeah, so Scotty's just gradually pulling away at the front. We could settle into a rhythm in third. I'm okay with that. It is going to depend on where the medium runners are in this field. It could be a very interesting end to the race, with medium runners getting dangerously low on fuel, medium runners maybe starting to have poorly tyres, potentially. We will have to wait and see. Oh, come on now. I mean, I seem to have a bit more pace around here. I don't know whether it's just I'm better at Laguna, which is possible. Oh, Pegger's off in the weeds. Hey, signs going all over the place. I'm maybe just being a little bit more cautious, I say, than in Pegger. Pegger got away with a big running wide moment there. I actually not quite got the top of the corkscrew right. Again, got the car upset, essentially, for the exit. Well, Pegger is really making some sandcastles. Yeah, we lost a bit of time to Longbow through the corkscrew. And once again, just wiggly rear end on the exit of that. It's all good news for Scotty, who will continue to run away at the front. There's that huge pack. As you come around the final corner now, yeah, my concern is that pack is on mediums going for the no stop. And we are going to get dumped. We're not going to be far. Scotty might be far enough away. The rest of us are going to get dumped out behind it. I mean, it's like, that's the excitement of this race. That's where the excitement is going to come. No. Well, that's fine. A little bit of gravel. Oh, these poor Corvettes. They have toured the gravel. Both me and Impega the last couple of laps. Impega's still been making more time than I have, even with some of the adventures. No, I do think I want to go down to third there. I don't think that's the way to do it. I've been trying a couple of different things, but that's definitely not the way to do it. Maybe third for the exit of the corkscrew is the way to go, though. I think that is there if you can kind of sort of straight line dive down it. Maybe the way to go. You minimise your chances of that big twitch, which is, you know, we really don't want that big twitch at the bottom. It's what causes issues. Longbow's catching a little bit here. We're in a Corvette, it's going to be Longbow's car. I mean, tyre wear is quite good. I wonder if some of the soft cars are going to go to the end. You see, we have committed to a one-stop because we didn't fill the car. Now, admittedly, the tyres don't have to be at 100% to start being useless. The tyres you'll start losing speed when they get to sort of 60%. You know what? I don't actually know if the soft tyre cars are going to need to pit. We've committed to it. Yeah, I don't actually think the soft tyres are going to need to pit necessarily. They're going to be they're not going to be completely out of tyres. Maybe we should have started with a full tank of fuel. Tyre wear has not been that high. So, on these cars, thank you very much. The wool allure to someone. I can't look during this race, I'm afraid. But I thank you very much for the donation, whoever it may be. Yeah, I don't have enough fuel, otherwise I would just maybe go for not stopping. We are at 25%, let's say, on the main tyre as we finish a third distance. Oh, yeah, you would be at the limit. You would be at the limit of surviving on a no-stop with a soft tyre. You could possibly do it. I wonder if any of the soft tyre cars, Liam's not liking this vehicle. They were behind Longbow and they've now vanished. So either they dove in the pits to try a different strategy, or they've had an accident somewhere. We are about to have some company for this third spot on the podium. Oh, that's the limit. How far do we? I mean, we're going to have to pit for fuel. Pegga's hovering, and Pegga's off doing rallycross again and throwing signs at everybody. Longbow's got real speed here, so we are going to have a battle on our hands. That's how I want to do the corkscrew, though. We got off of that one there nicely. Longbow can look. You're not going to find a pass through there. We're actually quite decent through there this time around. So this is the battle for the last spot on the podium at the moment, but I think a lot of things are going to potentially change between now and the end of the race. We've got to park it in the middle of the road, and Pegga's had a scruffy lap. I've had a very scruffy end to this one. We ran a little bit wide, although Longbow's not close enough to profit from that one, which was my get out of jail free. Herky doesn't quite rev the same as I'm expecting it to this one. Longbow is a little bit better under brakes into the first corner than I am. It's sliding, and Longbow is going to get up the inside. Maybe. Oh, a little bit of the lag jitters going on there. Longbow is now through. Although that gets a really big slide through the next corner. We've lost a bunch of time to Liam. I mean, this has all helped him Pegga get away. That's fine. We will try to go around the outside here. It's a long old way. We will get a great run up the hill, which is good news. Still not giving up. Maybe should have done. Refuse! I refuse to give up! We're on the outside, heading towards the corkscrew. That's always going to be a very difficult one to pull off. Go up the third gear for the exit. Can we chuck it up the inside through here? We can. I mean, it's given Pegga a huge amount of time. It's been a great battle. We have lost massive amounts of time doing this. It's good fun. So, you know. Oh, Longbow came back across on that one a little bit. But we should have just sent it up the inside, to be honest. Yeah, we've lost massive amounts of time in that fight, but it was a good fun fight. We were basically side by side for half a lap at that point. It has gone the way of Longbow for the moment. Liam has arrived. Hello, Liam. How is it going? You can tell Liam's quick in his car when not visiting a wall, essentially. Can we... I think I'm turning in too soon to these corners. Who's that behind? Danger Man as well. And then there's a bit of a gap. So I think we may be the main cars on the soft tyres. Longbow with a big slide through there. That helps me out. Left it a little too late. I was expecting Longbow to go defensive or something through that part, but did not really. Up the hill we climb. Not going to be close enough to go for an overtake through here. Oh, Longbow with the oversteer this time. Can we get to the inside of the corkscrew? Not quite. Longbow's just going to kind of straight line it up there. We are going to again go for that sort of dive down on the exit. You know, the outside there is risky. Liam is going to split the pair of us. I'm not going to be able to fight that one. I mean, I want to fight that one, but I also don't want to put Liam around. I tried to do the sort of cut across. Oops. I didn't really do it last time because they sort of naturally wander back onto that line. And tried something a little bit different, but I also don't want to just torpedo the cars that we are battling with. Now we're getting low on fuel at this point. We are going to have to come in the next 6 laps. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, it's getting some confidence in this car. It's the typical... Oh, Danger Man's then gone and slid it as well. Yeah, I do not... As far as GT cars... Well, I mean, I like the C8 and everything, but I do not like the race car. I don't... Like, this just doesn't drive the way I like it. I'm sure you could probably tune it if I knew what I was doing, but it's way too tail-happy for my personal tastes, basically. Longbow looks out wide again. Up here. Eventually, I will at some point get used to the sound of this because I am leaving it in gear for too long. Yeah, third gear is actually quite helpful through there. If you can... Third gear helps deal with the oversteer problem, although that curve there, that wasn't great. Well, Danger Man can try to the inside. Not quite going to make that one work. Oh, I think we've been too late. There was a big dive under brakes there. My only hope is there wasn't really a huge amount of a gap. Okay. I mean, we have fallen into these battle pairs, if you will. Can I cut underneath that Danger Man machine? Not quite. Oh. Oh, car's a little longer than I realised. Sorry, Danger Man. Now, when do we start thinking? We're going to start thinking about pitting soon. We've had a bad couple of laps. That's on me. Just a couple of bits of oversteer. We held on for a while, but yeah, a couple of bits of oversteer at inopportune moments. Not worked so great for me. So we've got a great run up this hill now. We could have been alongside at a really... We just weren't going to have enough momentum to really get a pass done there. It was one of those, let's have a little bit of a look. Oh, Longbow's got it wrong into there. Liam's got it wrong on the exit. They've both cost time. I wonder if maybe just leaving it in third for the whole way down the corkscrew is going to be the way to go. Possibly. That might actually help. Oh, I've made a mess of that section. I don't know what I've done wrong there, but yeah, that has all gone horribly wrong. Longbow's out wide, and that will put Liam to third, Danger Man to fourth, Longbow is now fifth. Gliska is 6 seconds behind in seventh. We are sat in this sixth place that has, yeah, it's gradually got well. I'm just hoping this fight continues. Unfortunately, we will have to drop out of it at some point. Liam's a little wide onto the dirt. Now, I don't know whether these cars, what these cars have done in terms of strategy here. So we are on lap 16. The tyres are not done, but we've only got 4 laps worth of fuel. Oh, that's a little wide as well. Ooh. Do we head into the pits soon, get out of this fight so we don't lose time? Maybe? Longbow with the slide on the exit here. We're catching a car. I mean, they're definitely not Scotty, so these are cars, lap down cars, I'm going to say. Oh, Longbow's out wide there. Now we have got ghost lap cars, because we want them to get in the way. So maybe these are cars that have pitted. Possibly. So I don't think Impega is one of them. So yeah, I'm going to say these are perhaps cars that have pitted and maybe had bad starts and have pitted, etc. Would be my guess as to who we are catching. But yeah, I think Danger Man and Liam are just a little bit too fast for me at the moment. Maybe in general, who knows? But yeah, we are not really catching Danger Man and Liam. I reckon we go next lap and then come in. There's no point running the risk completely of running out of fuel at the end of the day. It's not worth it. Oh, maybe we come in this lap. Oh, hello Longbow. You were also very late on the brakes. I was a little too aggressive with my line through there. I don't actually know whether we're going to be able to come into the pits this lap, because Longbow is alongside us there. No, we'll go one more. We will go one more lap. That was just a little clumsy by me. Danger Man and Liam are side by side up ahead. We really need them to slow each other down a lot if we are going to stand any chance of getting a podium. But I mean, the real question is going to be how far are the medium tyre cars back? Oh, Longbow's going to get the exit here. Longbow can look to the outside. You're not going to find a way past. I think Danger Man may have been on the gravel through there. There's another gravel moment. I think the tyres are starting to go just a little bit. That's fine. I'll say it's fine. It's not ideal, but we know we're pitting anyway. then, yeah, we will see what the rest of the field has done. Oh, okay, I was a little too cautious through there. That was on me. Just a little out of position, I think. Right. Into third we go for the descent down here. I don't know whether it's bottoming out is what's causing the issues. Maybe. No, okay, third gear wasn't quite the right gear through there either. Never mind. We are going into the pit. Oh no! I don't know if you need to brake manually or not for that corner. But we are in. We are going soft tyres. Sure, I don't need that much. 20 laps, sure. I don't remember how many laps we got left, but let's just give it more than enough. 20 laps would be enough to finish it, because I think we're like 17. A couple of cars in as well with us. Have we? No, we haven't left Longbow. I think like Blake. I think we were a little too. Oh, game. That's a scary place to come out. I think you could just be flat out to the braking line and you'd be fine. Right, cold tyres. Please warm up. I remember how sketchy this car was in the first few laps. Longbow is visiting the gravel, so Blakey's made big gains on us. We didn't have a great final lap, which probably didn't help. So, yeah, that didn't do great things for us. Be interesting. Oh, Scotty's pitted. Impega has the lead. Now, I wonder if Impega may try. It will depend. It will completely depend on the fuel load, whether Impega's going to try go all the way to the end. Be cool to see someone try to do it on the soft tyres. It may not work. They might fall apart completely. But if it does work, you know, you would. I mean, if it does work, you'd probably win if you can make it live. Oh, we are going to be still not quite getting the gears right, I don't think, through here. We're going to have to be careful about Blakey. Some more cars coming in the pits. I think that may be Danger Man and Liam now. Let's see. Well, if it is, we're catching them, so I'm going to guess probably not. No, that's Crib back there. We're going to make a position. It might be Danger Man. They may have come in for a pit. I'm going to guess not, though. I thought we would have at least seen them by now, although we didn't have a great in-lap. Let's hope we can get back into a rhythm again with this car. When I can get a rhythm, I'm not too bad. I just fall out of it too easily with this one. It's okay, but we have got Blakey right behind us now. Going to give us a cause for concern. Longbow has vanished up the road a little bit. I defended maybe a little too hard on the way in there. Blakey is going to get alongside. At this point in the race, I'm just not going to fight that. It's just, I mean, I could try and stick it out side by side. We're going to lose a whole heap of time if we did. Let's just focus on, especially when I can go do that. Blakey was another one to have issues with the horrible curbing at Laguna. The sun is setting here now. It is heading towards the dark. How I'm going to fare at this, I don't know. A little bit of a slide. Another car is in the pits. Not sure who that is. Can't see. Can't read the name. We're up to 10th. Now, I don't know what tyres and cars ahead are on. We will. Oh, the lights have now come on our vehicle. Where are we going to find a pass? Not through here. I mean, up the hill is probably our best bet. If we're going to. Not like. Come on. Please turn, you piece of junk. Oh. God damn it. You tap. You're in so much trouble. That was the smallest amount. And it just then doesn't turn. Oh, come on. Bloody hell. Are we sure you put the soft tyres on this car? This is not going well for me. I'm just not good with these cars. It's really frustrating me, this. Whoa. That's a have to really defend under brakes. I swear to God, if I get pushed around, I am not going to be happy. We're on the outside on Gliska. We're going to hold this. Yeah, there was a period of time where things were going okay for us. And it's just sort of fallen away a bit now. I'm really, really struggling. I don't know whether... Oh, no. Yeah. I'm not enjoying what is... Well, I mean... I don't quite know what the expectation was, that one. It's, I think we may have got slightly connected, but yeah. We're back past a Ewan, at least. If we can actually just... I really, really need to get into a rhythm of some sort with this car. I just can't find it. We had it very briefly when we were running with Impega and Liam. I found a rhythm for about 3 laps. I now just can't get it back. I don't know what it is with this vehicle. It's just not quite there. But yeah. Okay, well that's better through that section at least. Blakey's car's gone, Longbo's long gone. Any chance of podium has very quickly evaporated here. Right, through the corkscrew we head, straighten it up for that dive down there. We're going to try and be a little sneaky. It's really difficult to do because you're on such a tight line. Well, it was ambitious around the outside. Didn't quite work. It's been a better lap actually. We've had a bit more pace in all of this. Impega is still going up at the front. Now I don't know if I don't know what tyres Impega's on. If they're on mediums, they were mighty fast on them. If they were on softs, they're going to be struggling. It's a big send at turn 1. We tried it. We were close enough to give it a try. This to cut back underneath. Sensible manoeuvre. That was very close to a big accident. Get back off the curb. It's fine. We will attack this next corner. Now get a little bit of oversteer. And I don't know if we're all done with pit stops. If we are... Yeah, we will wait and see. We'll wait and see who shuffles out. It's a shame we don't actually see the... I don't see the tyres. Even at the end of the race, you can't see who was on what. I don't think. Got to be more aggressive. Got to be more aggressive through there. Ewan is close, but not going to be close enough. At least the floodlights around here work quite nicely for still seeing the track. That's a slide for both of us. I think Ewan got it slightly better, but not better enough to look for a way past. Okay, got to be in 4th, I think, a little sooner. I won't remember it next time around, but, you know, that's fine. Speed Beast's left, but they were down towards the back. Someone up ahead's had a little bit of an off. We have got 8 laps to go. Well, we had a good chance of getting past Gliska. We didn't quite make the most of it. I think Blakey maybe caught Longbow. Possibly up ahead, who knows. There's a group not a million miles away, but I don't know whether that is the medium tyre group or not. Well, again, I'm playing this a little bit risky in places. Come on, Corvette. It's been a much better start to this lap. We've dropped Ewan a little bit in all of this. Not by a huge amount, but just enough. Nope. Not quite got that corner. I mean, we carried a lot of speed on the way in. We're going to be a little slow on the exit. Again, I feel like I know I'm losing a bunch of time. I know I'm losing a bunch of time in places, but I daren't take too many crazy risks on some of these corners, or intentionally take crazy risks, because the last thing I want to do is run wide. You know, if you're doing a time trial, you'll take these risks, but I don't want to run wide and lose, you know, 2 or 3, 4 seconds. Let's go. I was expecting... People just don't seem to cover the inside in that final corner, which really surprises me. I feel like I go to the outside expecting someone to cover. I guess they don't want to take that tight line. They don't want to lose all that time on the exit, potentially. I feel like if we get in a right place, you can just sell someone a dummy down there quite nicely. Maybe we should have tried it that lap around. No, I'm turning in way too soon through there. Oh, we hit the big sausage curb, and it's now going to take us another lap to catch up to Gliska. Oh. I had to have a lift because I was going to do what Gliska did and end up on the gravel if I wasn't careful. Pega's still going up at the front. Those soft tyres are going to be hurting right about now. They'd have to fall off very dramatically if we were to be able to catch. Like, they'd have to fall off horrifically, which they could do. They absolutely could. It's unlikely that they are going to fall off by that much, but you never know. I think they're going to start losing a couple of seconds a lap towards the end of this race, but 40-second gap is not going to matter for me. May matter against Scotty. We will wait and see on that one. The car's ahead of us. I don't know who they are. I think it might be Blakey and Longbow. Could be someone else, though, are having a real fight. Ewan's still in a fight behind, so we had a little sketchy moment on that lap and have now, I say, recovered. We're back to the point where we are putting Gliska under pressure. Not going to find a way past just yet, but we are definitely at the bumper. Ewan is just a little further back. The more the cars ahead fight, the better that is for us. If we're going to get a couple more places. Someone's up on the grass. That's Blakey. Or the sand on the dirt. That is a Blakey out wide. I don't know whether they stuck a wheel on the dirt of their own, whether they got pushed there. Could not see. Who are we? Oh, we're catching Andy at the moment. That's who it is. Lombow's miles up the road. Not a big surprise. I wonder if Andy is on medium tyres or dying softs. That is the question. Curb. Ewan's had a better lap than me this time around. Whatever tyres Andy's on, they're struggling at the moment. We've caught very quickly. For that 7. That's probably the last sort of place we're going to see, barring weirdness, essentially. We're catching in Pega, which makes me think those tyres are dead. Pega's tyres have had enough of this race. Considering we're fighting each other and we are catching in Pega. We're nowhere near as fast. Pega's tyres have cooked. But it's 40 seconds. You can afford to lose. Pega's have to start losing absolutely huge chunks of time for us not to catch back here. It's where Scotty is, in relative terms, is probably the more interesting battle for the lead. Okay, we're fine through there. Ewan has picked up some pace this lap around, or the last couple of laps actually, is now right behind us. Don't think we're going to be able to get a pass done down here, so we kind of didn't really sit and defend. I've had a bit of a scruffy lap or two. I think this has just got slightly further away. It went wrong last lap. Oh, it went wrong this lap as well. Through there, we're about to lose. Out to Ewan up the hill. Whoa. Well, I mean, we tried to kind of squeeze a little bit. We got a big hit. No. We got a good exit, but then I had to take massive avoiding action on Ewan through there. Ewan's got it all crossed up. Nope. Andy's in trouble. I think Andy's got dying tyres. Ewan has covered that inside. I'm hoping we're going to get a good run on the exit here and at least hold off from Crib, which we do. This race has just... Why is everyone faster than me in a straight line? It's really annoying. I swear I'm missing something on this. Even though I initially got a better run, maybe it needs... No, so this car needs to be short shifted or something. I don't know. They're only missing a trick with this one. As I said, I know I hate this car. But we are just really struggling for some pace. Gliska's gone. What has gone wrong with this for me? I'm just driving awful. And I can't... It's one of those, once you start driving badly, you just can't... I can't seem to recover. They have less fuel. That's irrelevant. You're talking like half a fraction of a tenth That's it. That's all you're talking in terms of that stuff. I just cannot get to grips with this car. Andy's car's dying. It's just lost all of its pace. We have got to clear quickly. I've run out of patience, I'm not going to lie. If your car's awfully slow, I'm just going to send it at this point. Because we know we've got to get past really quickly. We have like a couple of laps where I can figure out what I'm doing and I suddenly get some speed, and then we have a couple of laps it's just gone again. I don't quite know where it's going. I should have covered the inside more on that one. Yeah, I'd love to know what's gone wrong with this one. Well, other than just apparently driving. I have a horrible feeling that what was looking like a fun race, it's just gonna it's just gonna cruise around on our own at the end of this. Yeah. It's got to the point of I've basically given up now. It's just... we were in a fun fight, and I don't know what I've done wrong. I don't know what's gone on with this. I've just lost all ability. And that's it. Oh, the stream's dying as well. That's cool. That about sums it up, really. That about sums it up. Yeah, I mean, tyres are a bit poorly, but it shouldn't be that. I just hate. I hate this car. As I said, I get moments. I get a few laps in a row where it kind of goes together, and then I just cannot keep it there. I wish I knew how to tune. I wish I knew how to make this car not garbage, so I could have had an enjoyable race. But yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame because I feel like there could have been some fun races, from getting taken out at the start of Spa to the wrong tyres at Nurburgring to this crapshoot of just not being able to drive the damn thing. It's not really it's been an evening to forget, but basically, for want of a better way of phrasing it, it has really been just a race to forget. Scotty has got back to the lead of the race, so Impega's tyres have died too much around here. Don't know whether Impega pitted. I presume they haven't, but the no-stop just not quite worked. I mean, not quite worked for a race victory. Far better than the rest of us and all that. But yeah. Oh well. What a piece of crap. We have got a couple of laps. Well, we know Andy's tyres are dying on this one, so we may be able to get ourselves back into the top 10. But that is all we have left to play for after being in a fun sort of race with Gliska and co. Yeah, it's a real big disappointment that this is what it's going to. See where it's going to end up. Right. At least this lap has been a little better. Is there someone else who's dropped back into that group ahead? No, I don't think so. I thought I saw a funky coloured car, but I think it might just be Ewan's livery from a distance. Right. No, that's also not right. Doesn't really matter. In fact, I think jumping down that line is actually quite risky of having a big spin off the curve. We saw Liam have trouble in this one. The group ahead's slowed down. I'm going to guess all their fighting might have hindered them a bit in all of that, or something may have gone on there. I don't know where all the time has evaporated out of this one. We have got one more lap to try and do something about the car ahead. I mean, it's probably going to come down to the final corner if we somehow magically get ourselves close enough. Ah, there's Liam. Ah, we're catching a Liam. Someone did drop down into that group. I reckon that's a Liam on dead tyres or out of fuel. Either it's Liam on maximum fuel save or it's Liam on dead tyres. Not sure which. I'm going to say completely destroyed tyres. So Liam tried to stay out. We may sneak our way into the top 10, which is nice. Race has come to an end. Well done, Scotty, for taking victory in that. Can we do anything about getting past Andy? We're going to be into the final corner, basically. Where if we're going to do it, it's going to come. We are down the corkscrew nicely, at least. Okay, we are quick through this section. Can we carry enough momentum through here? We tried to do the... we tried to do the dummy. I was hoping there was going to be more of a gap there than there was. Unfortunately, while we caught Liam, we got Liam at a good point. It actually kind of screwed a chance of getting... Well, not completely screwed a chance. It made it difficult to make a pass on that one. Fair play. Fair play. Yeah, what a hateful car. So, Scotty took victory from Impega in second. I don't think Impega took a pit stop in all of that. Danger Man would end up third. Longbow fourth ahead of Aaron. Then Gliska, Ewan, Crib, Andy. We would round out the top 10. Liam, I presume, had tyre death at the end on that. Yeah, how slow that was going. So, yeah, I presume Liam murdered the tyres. So Impega did a better job of keeping those alive, for sure, to end up second. It's interesting to see how the strategies unfolded, how the strategies paid and whatnot out in that one. So I think somebody may have run that one on a medium. If I could have stayed somewhat consistent with that car, would have been all right, but that just does not work for me. That Corvette, not my sort of car. But there we go. There we go. That was it. Was definitely an interesting, interesting strategy battle. Yeah, just a shame. I say that I couldn't get to grips with the car. That is how it goes. That is how it goes sometimes with this sort of stuff. Before we have to head off, thank you very much, Gaming Duck, for the super chats. And hey Alex and filming crew, always love your videos. Well, thank you very much indeed. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you have been enjoying this evening's stream, even if I've raced terribly. This is just. Yeah, it's just how it goes sometimes. I mean, we see the difficulty with these longer races. They are fun with the strategy and whatnot, but you can end up. Well, you can if you have a bad race, it's just really frustrating. You just end up with a long time and not much happening, which we did. However, I hope you did enjoy this one, even if for me it didn't really work out all that well. But there we go. Louis, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, do you think getting the new Motorsport is worth it? So my plan was to get it so I could play split screen. However, they apparently removed split screen. I have Motorsport 7, but is 8 worth the purchase? I mean, if you've got Game Pass, it's ideal because you can go and play it. I don't know about split screen. I've not looked for it, but I don't think it is there as far as I'm aware. I haven't seen that as an option. This is a game that is difficult for me to recommend because it's when you get good racing, it's amazing. But the upgrade system is garbage. Half of it doesn't work. The career is unbelievably short. It really depends on what you're getting it for. If you're wanting to do the actual multiplayer, the featured multiplayer is not bad. when you can get a good lobby together. Yeah, the physical racing and physics of the cars and all of that stuff is really, really good. Just everything else that goes with it is a steaming pile of crap on the most part, which is a shame because they've managed to mess up a very good game. So it's a really difficult one to call. I mean, the best thing to do is if you got Game Pass, then you can just go and play it, and if you don't like it, you can wait for it to come back later because Game Pass has a lot of other good games, which is, I suspect, what a lot of people are going to do. But yeah, it's a difficult one. It is a difficult one on that because there's so many problems with a load of things, despite there still being actual. We have fun racing on it. Also, King Louis, thank you for the donation. So you seem upset. Take my money. Well, thank you very much. It's just a frustrating race, that one. You have given me entertainment when I should be doing homework, so thanks. Oh well, always glad to distract people from homework. Who needs homework? No, don't listen to me. I'm a terrible example. But thank you very much indeed. As I said, I hope you've enjoyed. Enjoyed some more racing. That though is going to have to be it for this evening. Thank you all very much for watching. Massive thank you to everybody who donated. It is always very, very much appreciated indeed. Also Aaron GS300, thank you very much for the donation. Saying thank you, Alex, and to all the FailRace crew for the lobby and all the hard racing. I really enjoyed it. Brilliant stuff. Hope I can make the next one. Indeed, we will be back we'll be back probably with more Forza on Friday, with more traditional sort of racing. But I'm glad you had fun. I'm not sure if I actually raced much against you in this one, just with the way the races panned out and everything. But yeah, that is going to be it for this evening. As I said, thank you everyone who donated. It's always massively appreciated. Thank you all for watching, even if I did terribly, pretty much. That though is going to be it from me. Until next time, goodbye.